Into the new world my first message. You who gave the ashram, and you who gave 2 lives, proclaim. Builders and warriors, strengthen the steps. Reader, if you have not grasped, read again, after a while. The predestined is not accidental. The leaves fall in their time, and winter is but the harbinger of spring. All is revealed, all is attainable. I will cover you with my shield, if you but tend to your labors. I have spoken. I am your bliss. I am your smile. I am your joy. I am your rest. I am your strength. I am your valor. I am your wisdom. By holiness in life, guard the precious gem of gems. Aum tat sat aum. I am thou, thou art I, parts of the divine self. My warriors. Life thunders, be watchful. Danger. The soul hearkens to its warning. The world is in turmoil, strive for salvation. I invoke blessings unto you. Salvation will be yours. Life nourishes the soul. Strive for the life glorified, and for the realization of purity. Put aside all prejudices, think freely. Be not downcast but full of hope. Flee not from life, but walk the path of salvation. You and we, here together in spirit. One temple for all, one God. Manifold worlds dwell in the abode of the Almighty. And the Holy Spirit soars throughout. The renovation of the world will come, the prophecies will be fulfilled. People will arise and build a new temple. In creation realize the happiness of life, and unto the desert turn your eye. Aflame with love for Christ, carry joy to Him. You bear wings of light. When departing life, you will see me once more. Do not demean yourselves. Summon the courage to safeguard the mysteries. Comprehend the great gift of love to the one God. Try to unfold the power of insight, that you may perceive the future unity of mankind. The one salvation is to turn the spirit toward the light of truth. The great gift of love lives in the one vision bestowed upon the fearless soul. You, my daughter, who have seen. Pure art is the true expression of the radiant spirit. Through art you gain the light. Those who are obsessed with matters of the earthly world can receive no answers from the heights. Fate can be overcome if you manifest the Christ, who sacrificed himself for truth. My friends, happiness lies in serving the salvation of humanity. Put aside all prejudices and, summoning your spiritual forces, aid mankind. Direct the unsightly towards the path of beauty. As the tree renews its leaves, so shall humanity flourish on the path of righteousness. Direct your friends towards righteousness. Do not conceal our communications. Follow our teachings with your heart. Strive and you will perceive the light. I will point out the way, the heart will understand our token. Behold, the teachers will reveal a lyre, and miraculously its power will endow you with the gift of enchantment. Behold the bliss sent unto you. Dedication is the requisite of those who strive on the path of ascent. Those who with a full heart fulfill our requests will attune their ears to the harmony of the universe. By bringing happiness unto you we show our trust in your striving towards good. Truth is with you, be ready to receive it. As the heavens are fathomless, so great is your strength. Safeguard your solitude. God, or Aum, is the highest being of your inner self. My breath is the daring towards beauty. The great gift manifested through your sacrifice will lead you to joyous realization in your pursuit of truth. Eschew the life of the slumberer. Love the life that sparkles in thoughts enveloped in the divine radiance. Strengthen the growing power of your spirit. Ever remember the gates revealed by us. The pure breath of our bliss imparts living sustenance to you in your daily life. May the dance of wrath succumb before the power of the temple. The fire of fearlessness will brighten your hearth. We send the light to those who smile at darkness. Your spirit is already in ascent, and the flaming heart will not be blighted by cold. The right hand of God asserts itself and proclaims the dawn of day. Why walk the way of silence? In life imbibe the source of sound and color, and thus strengthen your mind. Be not challenging in your daily life. Be more simple. My friends, let not the personal color your auras. Stand aside, thou flaming one. Obstruct not the gates of heaven. Souls have been created that are joyous in their consciousness of the Spirit. Do not belittle the significance of what you do not comprehend. Cherish the token given unto you. You must await the awakening of a new spiritual consciousness. Many doubts will be dispelled in your future work. Necessary and inevitable do I deem the rise and fall of the Spirit. The voice of wisdom will open the gates to the unknown. Love each other, beware of disunion. We must pay dearly for our light-mindedness and prattle. Why, O thou flaming one, dost thou avert thy face? The sight of me brings thee pain, thy wings are not yet spread. Harden not your spirits, realize greatness in the small. Knowledge comes not readily when the spirit is troubled. We bestow upon you the ways. Do not select books at random, choose carefully. When amidst the throng, carefully guard the light given unto you. Prayer on the way to the sacred and hallowed dwelling. O Lord of my spirit, forsake not the pilgrim. The Guru hastens not to shelter me from the storm that threatens. The pain will pierce the depths of my heart, and the veil of the whirlwind will hide the light of thy face. Yet with thee I fear not my ignorance. The phantoms reveal not their faces. Lead me upon the path, O thou blessed one. Touch my eyes that I may see thy gates. The daughter of the world can change destiny. The new world approaches, sacrifices are the steps of ascent. Growth is quickened by trust, if the spirit is open and can receive. Do not consider materializations as important. Words of wisdom are the greater. Why desire materializations when wisdom is available to you? Is it possible to prefer the superficial over the spirituality of truth? My friends, hasten past the first steps, that, purified, you may ascend to the glory of your nation. And if I offer you allurements of gold, or flowers, or jewels, refuse. Why choose the allurements of the superficial, when you can have wisdom? Carrying the spear of life, breathe smilingly the life-giving ether of the sun. Take up your spear at sunrise and guide your steeds of morning towards the searing high noon of life. And the lilies will blossom upon the stones. And at the first ray, throw open your chamber door. And the birds will sing in praise of labor. Learn the wisdom of the Creator through life's symbols. Those who fulfill their accepted mission unmask the fact of earthly life and understand the true meaning of their own path. Strengthen the awareness of our presence in your life. Invoke our power for your deeds. Rejoice, you who have understood. Live a full life, rich in experience. Whatsoever your doubts, we shall dispel them in life, but hearken. We shall manifest miracles in your days, but discern. Let your heart be your judge, and faith your power. Be content with the true indications whispered to your spirit. My friends, you chose to take a happy road, leading to me. You must teach others to search for my world, the world of the knowing spirit. Persist, and open the gates to the hearts that seek. I will know when the time has come for the gates to be opened. Try to study the higher manifestations that are of value to humanity. The image of mankind is created by the energy of mankind itself. Through the way of teaching will the manifestations of light come to you. To teach and to love are manifestations of God. Think freely, walk the shortest path. But ascend by faith in the blessed ones and you will not err. I come to succor, why do you not see me? Love the power of pure consciousness, and you will conquer. Steep is the path to the abode of faith. Turn your mind to the joy of creation. That you may exalt the spirit, cast out all trivial thoughts, and be ready to receive the waves of vibration sent by us. The pure thoughts of the strong in spirit transform into realities life's phenomena. A pure prayer ever ascends. At the feet of Christ it blossoms, silvery and radiant. With pure blue flame glows the calling word and radiates the chalice of exaltation. O Lord, drain our tears and perceive the flame in our hearts. In fire shall I dry your tears and upraise the temple of your heart. Prepare your hearth, the Lord approaches. He has transformed the treasure of the chalice and returns it to you afire. O flame two-tongued, assert thyself, thou double-pointed. Tears of joy, the Lord's wine, radiate pure fire. O heart, pour out the wine of thy tears as an offering, but, my heart, never allow the source of thy tears to run dry. How shall I fill thy cup, O Lord? Love the manifestations of harmony. I send the blessed token of Gupta. My word is as flashing copper. Await and attune your ears, my lips would speak. I am the searing heat of the sand. I am the flame of the heart. I am the engulfing wave. I am the soil regenerated. Rejoice, and behold the light. Beseech Christ. Search for the joy of turning to the Creator. Learn, and unlock the gates of knowledge. And affirm yourselves in understanding the divine plan. We lend our ears to pure thoughts. You will receive the knowledge and will walk the pure path, but beware of anger and of doubt. If you conquer, you will receive the light. If you falter, the whirlwind will obscure your soul. Perfect yourselves, my friends, unwearyingly. Deny not the voice of the Spirit, suppress only the earthbound voices. Be daring, I am with you. Teach others by the example of manifested deeds, but condemn not those still in darkness. Many there be still ignorant, forgive them, for their spirits slumber. Naught will daunt you, the preordained gates await you. Spurn cowardice, I shield the fearless ones. I bestow my wisdom upon you. I am not a bridge built of promises, but verily the light that calls to you. I teach love. My disciples must realize happiness in the love of Christ. Love can create universes. Love and wisdom are equal. Water cannot extinguish the fire that will purify the world, nor wash away the rivers of blood. By new scourges will the world be purged of its evil. I expound happiness. I shall designate the path for the battle against the bazaar that is the present world. People have reached a dead end, but lightning will reveal the way out. And thunder will arouse the slumber. Mountains have crashed to earth. Lakes have been drained of their waters. Cities have been engulfed by floods. Hunger shows its face. Yet has the spirit of humanity remained unmoved. Go, teach, stretch out the hand of aid. Seek happiness and exalt the spirit. Faith in self and the search for truth create harmony. I grant you joy of love for the motherland of the world. You will know love for mankind. Behold, I lead you towards the heavenly joy of spirit. Stray not from the path of ascent. Through joy, purify the path. While you are disciples, learn to overcome irritability. My disciples must have a sympathetic eye. As through a magnifying glass behold the good, and belittle tenfold the signs of imperfection, lest you remain as you always were. Love one another, I shall send you pure thoughts. I shall strengthen your desire for perfection. By love would I heal the mistaken ones. Ramakrishna says, love, and all will come unto thee. I rejoice in unveiling the manifestations of life's complexities. I shall reveal the power of darkness to those who can conquer it. People realize not their happiness. I am the guardian of your happiness. The fiery messenger brought to you the sword of valor. Understand that the way has been marked for you, and attain the path. Follow your own path. Gathering the flaming hearts, you bear them as gifts to us. The power of harmony will announce triumph to the pure in spirit. Teach smilingly, joyfully create, your ears hearkening to the song. By pure love shall I preserve compassion in my bleeding heart. Grant me, O Lord, the mastery of self. The pupils must not judge hastily. I rejoice in the fiery spirit, but temper yourself. The spirit quivers, the northern lights are at play, teeming with life is nature, and God manifests His mercy. My shield will flame radiantly above you. Read less, ponder. Love me, for love multiplies your strength. Love is my shield. My smile will bring you light. Cherish the manifestations of blissful communion. By us and by you, together, is the spiritual culture built. The truth of the world will stand firm. The light will penetrate the darkness, I attest. The gates of the spiritual world are thrown open. We possess the power to both create and destroy obstacles. Thought is like lightning. Beware. Do not forget to turn to the teacher. The cultivation of offenses produces a poor garden. And neglecting your health impedes your strivings to the eternal. The ability to overcome proves the strength of your spirit. I shall ravish your ears with the song of truth. Work without complaint. I have laid out for you the ways of the Spirit. I love being your teacher in quests of the Spirit. The other world, where my days are, must kindle joy in yours. Love erects temples. A love manifest in spirit shall I send to you. Learn to approach our heights pure of heart. Our ray will shine upon you and exalt your daily life. You carry stones for the raising of my new temple. Teach others my word, and wisdom will flourish. And a new temple will be raised. Do not regard me as a magician, yet can I lead you upward upon the ladder of beauty beheld only in dreams. Wafting to you the fragrance from the mountains of Tibet, we bring the message of a new religion of the pure spirit to humanity. It is coming, and you, united here in search of light, bear the precious stone. To you is revealed the miracle of creating harmony in life. It will reveal to the world a new teaching. Be alert, much time has been wasted. Remember the duty of the hunter. The divining of the meaning of my words in order to understand my indications is a good exercise for the huntsman. The miracle of beauty in the adornment of our daily lives will exalt mankind. Raise high your light. Illumine the beauties of my temple. Teach the joy of beauty. Teach the happiness of wisdom. Teach the bliss of love. Teach the glory of unity with God. I will grant you the power and fleetness of Mercury. Go forward without doubt, without fear, without turning back. Walk light of heart, rejoice, follow the higher path. 47. My smile attends you, my friends. The spirit feels turmoil, but be wise. The surest knowledge is the heart's. My thrice-called pupil. Through your art, carry my word, bring joy to the hearts of the world. Hunter, walk in victory. Love and striving work miracles in life. We are awakening your energy for new thoughts, which are needed for transmutation, and for the work of thought in life. You must find the resources to create a new life. We send you thoughts, sharpen them without violating karma. Hunter, unwavering is your spirit. Be clear in your beliefs and you will conquer darkness. Pupils, spread love and knowledge. A smile carries power. Beware of venomous vibrations. Strive for the future and succumb not to the spell of the present. Follow the simplest path as you ascend the mountain. Powerful, exalted visions require pure surroundings, and prana. Christ's deeds were consummated amidst the beauties of nature. Never did he dwell for long in cities. I reveal to you the profundity of Ramakrishna's simple teachings. We, all together, implement the will of the Creator. Your strength grows through prana. Manifold wonders have we to reveal to you. Manifestations on the happy ascent to the heights of Tibet. Think and strive, transforming airy castles into fortresses of achievement. Give rest to your spirit, fatigue it not too much with books, and love, surging like a sparkling torrent, will reveal to you the splendor of M.Therefore.'s flowers. I disclose to you the knowledge wherein is concealed Tibet's wisdom. Friends, look forward, forget the past, think about creation for the future, and I shall come to give you counsel. Exalt others in spirit, and look ahead. Endeavor to inspire others with the teachings of M.Therefore. My warriors, walk valiantly. The growth of the spirit needs its impetus. All can attain. The spirit, once called, will not turn back. You battle ably, victory is yours. Be not hasty, even iron needs time for forging. Iron must be tempered in cold water before it can flash in the flame. Learn to sharpen yourself in quietude, by uplifting your spirit to the almighty eye of the universe. Friends, our answers are ready, but let the stream of karma flow. Answers given too soon will, like a dam released, cause floods. Strive for unity of spirit. By pure thoughts strengthen the harmony of your spirit, that the blessed ones may reach you. The light will fill your aura, guard it. The mole digs his burrow. The eagle soars above the mountain. The mole is warm in his hole. The eagle is chilled before sunrise. Soar too, towards happiness, my dear ones. In your labor your thoughts turn not to danger. Let your heart unfold and your eye perceive. Labor is the guarantee of success. Each of you must endure earthly thorns. Manifest strength of spirit and approach. Open your hearts through benevolence. The teacher values every pure quest for higher knowledge. The spirit of reason bestows knowledge upon the seekers of truth. It is enough to follow the path of spirit realization, the rest will come. I test different souls. My spirit is your shield. Direct your forces towards the enlightenment of mankind. Love me, bliss will come as comes the dawn. I shall strike the doers of harm. Carefully raise up the treasure of the temple upon M.Therefore.'s mountain. The teacher sends you his blessings. Learn to understand me. Be unwavering in your faith. I shall help those who seek. The woodpecker wisely hollows the tree. Follow its example. My shield will guard you, my dear children. My shield assures your joy. Be an Aeolian harp to M.Therefore.'s breath. Through love will you come to me. I will bestow upon your spirit the strength of the cedar. Know how to love as you ascend. Only later will you realize how gently and lovingly I strive to shorten your journey in the field of action given to you. I will grant you the power to lead souls to God. I will endow you with the gift of bringing joy to others. Teach the manifestation of M.Therefore. Teach, I will help you. Harmony among you brings results most cherished by us. For missions of importance we bring together harmonious persons, their current is the most powerful. Learn to love me, and manifest it. My work allows no indecisiveness, what is sent by me, take without hesitation. Do not turn away from your friends, in my name can you enlighten them. Have courage, be true disciples of the Master. Teach them to love the world of spirit. Sow the wisdom sent unto you. The mist will soon be dispelled, and the sun's radiance will shine upon your path. Expound my teaching, I shall send listeners. Those who receive must also give. Know that by the shortest path I lead you toward knowledge, labor, and happiness. I pass among them and they see me not. The Spirit of Christ breathes across the desert of life. Like a spring it wears its way through the solid rocks. In the milky firmament it radiates in lights beyond counting, and rises upward in the stem of every flower. We lay stones for the steps of the resplendent temple. In the name of Christ do we carry them. Place thy throne, O Lord, in our garden. But the stones are too large for our garden, and the steps too steep for flowers. On a cloud he will approach. On the grass will he sit beside us. We rejoice, O Lord, to offer to thee our garden. Depart not, O manifested Lord. Leave not our garden. With stars is thy path adorned. By them do we find thy way. We shall follow thee, O Lord. Should the sun's morning rays banish thy starry signs, then will we invoke the aid of storm and whirlwind to obscure its rays. Of what use the sun, if it banish thy starry tokens? I rejoice in the smile undimmed by approaching fate. I shall grant the power to create good not with money but with spirit. Full of travail is your life, but vast are the depths of your happiness in the future victory of the Spirit. Banish anger, and the path to us will be easier. Not wrath, but ardent rapture creates. Be imperturbable, your illusions damage your health, but if you have faith in me, know that you are guarded by the care and shield of M. Therefore is aware of your hardships. A steep ascent is always difficult. To overcome fate requires fortitude. Be not downcast, for you have many times crossed these rapids. Be not dismayed at the teacher's criticisms. Pupils should rejoice at every message. Contemplate the spiritual guidance of one teacher. Your spirit presses onward. At the gates I will await you. My breath shall warm your hands, and I will guide you along the mountain path to the temple. Love me and your power will be multiplied and your strength doubled. Your spirit transports your body beyond the earth. You must rejoice in the ascension through pure teachings. There is no love greater than love. Naught occurs by accident. My power is with you. We can change our appearance. Through faith increase your strength. And therefore is your smile, your bliss, your strength, your wisdom. All that can be absorbed by your being is given to you. Even those tokens of our great trust, our arrows. But in battle arrows do not always reach their mark. Learn to give more power to your arrows. The spiritual life is always affected when your possessions are too many. You are ascending, walk the way of devotion and of love. Love me, your spiritual teacher. Your destiny is to bring the inextinguishable light to ardent hearts. Realize the joy of fighting for my cause. Easy is destruction, but you must build wisely. Being able to help is a great happiness. Know to spread happiness, condemn not. I offer you the ability to understand people. Each word and indication from me, however brief, has meaning for you in life. I smile at your temper, but praise your devotion to me. I value your love amidst the stress of life. True calmness of spirit is tested by the trifles of daily life. Comfort is given you by the assurance of our protection on the path of good. I send you my shield, know to defend M therefore as I defend you. Understand the soul of your brother. Labor untiringly, show understanding, behold the power of my shield. There are many wonders in this world, and a pure and ardent striving leads to victory. Unpreparedness is not transgression. Love the unhappy, have compassion for the humble. A blessed guide is given to each of you, for your happiness. Turn to him alone, with all the strength of your spirit. Else will the door be left ajar and the currents confused. Invoke the blessed guide not with questions but by affirmation. If I send a message through your guide, the current will be direct. Hearken not to those who approach when you are not alert. A window open to darkness is also open to the voices of the night. But a call of love will bring response from the beloved. Love those who have chosen you. Realize the ties that bind you to your guide, and not unworthy will come near to you. Love. Discern. Strike evil. My blessings are with you. Rejoice when you can give to those whom you have known before. Happiness will come when the old debts are paid. Sharpen your arrows. If you like not the symbol of the arrow, take that of the carrier pigeon. Arrows of thought are energy, which, like electricity, must be concentrated at one point. You can easily imagine propelling an object. And you can easily imagine an electric spark. Directed energy spurs a desire to act creatively in those to whom you send it. In the universe all things are but a reflection of the divine, and in each spark of light the divine energy is at play. Light unto all of you. The rebellious spirit shatters the bolts of the prison doors. You may teach others to read the book of wisdom as disclosed in the happenings of life. The wonder of our participation in the manifestations of life will not elude you. Shun the imperfections of your spirit, and ascend with a sense of spiritual freedom. Be firm in your assertion of happiness in life, and the thread of the path will not break. Prayers to the Creator are offered not only in temples, the wax of the candle burns also in the labors of life. I have called you for a great task. The teacher has entrusted its success unto you. The strength needed to follow me is bestowed upon you. Arrows, shields, swords have you received, and with my helmet shall I protect your head. Fight in my name, may love dwell with you. The promise will be fulfilled in due time. Keep the flame alight, I teach. Hearken to the celestial song, and when on the summits of the mountains pine not for the flowers in the valley. I rejoice in your striving for creation. Miracles are created in life amidst action and intense harmony. Dreams are realized not in fairy tales but through happy communion with the ways of the blessed ones. The teacher is near you at every moment of your creative labor. Learn and teach. Pure deeds perform miracles. Learn to love my work. The spiritual dynamo must act in harmony, then my currents flow without interruption. Changes of mood do not affect the currents, but fluctuations of the aura cause interrupting waves. Constancy of the aura assures harmony. The flame of the candle spreads light to all, but smothered by a drop of anger, it sputters and must be set aright. Let your flame be steady and bright, and therefore is ever with you. Knowledge will help you to avoid danger. Knowledge of my manifestations will multiply your strength. Fearless is the apostle. You will realize the given happiness in due time. The mist enfolds the foot of the mountain, but the summit is ever bathed in the sun's glory. Under its rays the mist clears, and you behold my love. The teacher rejoices with you in the glory of creation in life when it tends toward good. Before 30, the necessary centers do not unfold. 15 more years must pass before the effects of the flame are visible. But the sparks of light will be visible before that time. Careful judgment will foster my cause. Display understanding and tolerance toward other teachings. The events of life will convince where words are powerless. Gather a few of the elect and distance yourselves from the abuse of those who are unprepared. When satisfied with worldly life, the spirit cannot enter the promised temple. True happiness knocks at the heart's portals, but the holy words are not given entrance. Happiness rejected is happiness departed. I send you bliss. Accept the accidental as preordained. All is foreseen by us. Every seemingly random event is a page of the future. Work in valor, and in peace. The teacher wishes to reveal to you how innumerable are the assaults upon the walls of the White Lodge. The time for understanding cosmos will come. A miracle performed is like a lamp when lit. Afterwards none will remember the darkness of the chamber. God knows all worlds. Love and create, and full joy will come. and therefore is accustomed to battle, and my children must be wise warriors. The unity of nations will come through struggle. I rejoice in beholding a valorous spirit. Fight wisely now, for our enemies are also your enemies. I send you my love and strength. Show valor in battle. Short is the teaching about humanity, but comprehending it is a lengthy task. The curtain is swept aside, and the unknown is made known. The mind comprehends not the ways of the heart, but the heart knows. I speak not of the things of today. The spirit is filled with foreboding of coming events, the currents vibrate. And the happenings of the universe are interbound with men's lives, and the resounding of its strings is intricate. The Creator's manifestations should not put to flight the warriors but should wing them on. Forge your arrows, I send you love. My children, many will come to you. They will write to you and appear before you. They will demean you and they will extol you. But you will pass them by, as markers on the way, and your feet will be cleansed by the snow of the mountains. The teacher will adorn your days with laurel and will refresh you with his healing aromas. Blessed are you who face the assaults by the evil ones, they attest that you battle for me. Fear not being insufficiently active, the air is tense and the fiery cross of love will cover the field of your battle, and the song of harmony will ascend. Wonders are manifest in life. Open your eyes and you will perceive. All things will take their designated places and many things will come to pass, and we shall manifest the needed signs. Not always does the eye perceive the sun's rays, but the sun ever warms the earth. Love's warmth is lavished upon you, and your spirit has no room for a cold barrenness of soul. The unworthy will depart. The great plan for the rise of the new race is wisely designed. The hand of the teacher reveals the power of the rays. Comprehend their salutary light, and therefore fills your being with the power of calmness. And when the stillness of harmony embraces you, the force of your arrows will increase. Austerely do you begin the great task. The light of my banner will bless you and will lead you on the path to manifest my truth. Know how to begin, and the teacher will know to send you his shield. I foresee happy results from the fulfillment of my command. And with the seal of Solomon I attest, I gave, I give, and I will always give. I tell you, be vigilant. Combine strength and understanding. My ring will seal the happiness of those who spread my teaching. When amidst the highest vibrations, the body is transformed. The body obeys the spirit as the slave obeys his master. The teacher suffered for his words of truth. Men resists the path to light. Darkness is more pleasing to the eyes of moles. Love and knowledge will conquer all. Your spirit will ascend and you will pass by the uncomprehending ones swiftly, as you would mileposts on the way. Smile at the difficulties upon your path. I vouch, you will conquer. My children, you are unaware of the battle that rages around you. Both secretly and openly do the dark forces fight. Your spirit, like a dam, is lashed by the waters. Your heart unfolds and will be flooded with knowledge. Fear not, O heart, you will conquer. Miracles surround you, but amidst life's tumult you heed them not. Inscrutable are the ways of God and their infinite means to bring the message of the Spirit. Even a blade of grass can convey the tablet of commandments. The ship encounters the fury of the waves, but it reaches its destination. Pure service flourishes if its roots are deep and strong. My shield may not be upon their doors, but the approaching ones bear my banner in their hearts. Fear not the spear, nor dread the scorpion, no venom will penetrate your bodies. I am the morning flute, calling the flock. I am the waters of the spring, refreshing the lips of the sorrowing. I am the mighty pillar of the temple. Approach, O vigilant ones. My children, the teaching of life under my guidance is the straightest path to an understanding of cosmos. You must recognize the obstacle of ignorance. The physician can cure only when he understands the symptoms of the illness. Those of vast possessions are often blind to the world's phenomena. Seldom does the preoccupied one perceive the future. In the history of mankind is revealed the great battle at the change of races. At the call to battle each summoned warrior takes up his arms. Providence leads nations by way of struggle, and you, my warriors, guard yourselves with the shield of God's will, and the divine song will ever find echo within you. Before the deluge, when men were wedding and feasting and bargaining, Noah was already selecting the most stalwart oaks for his ark. Accept the harsh lessons with a smile. It is better to trust your guide upon the night path than to grope your way, alone in the dark. My children, these hazardous days will pass and you will safely enter the new world by the appointed path. The whole universe is the body of the Almighty, and we express the command of the highest manifestations of the Supreme Will. The servitor awaits upon the Lord, and the All-Merciful helps us to find the best attire for the festival of light. According to our zeal are we given the hue of our spiritual vestment. O thou benevolence, O thou sufferer on the cross, thou wilt attest the fire of our resurrection there at the foot of the ladder leading to the temple of divine glory. Your happiness lies in understanding the divine energy at the root of the universe. Let others count the leaves of the mango, whilst you savor the fruit. Guard the roots and the fruit, and give away the leaves, for they renew themselves each year. God's plan is beyond the ways of men. Again you have forgotten the heavenly combat. None go to school during an assault by the enemies. Times are more complex than you can realize. Never was hatred more rampant. But the hour has struck. The hostile forces strive to defy destiny. The doomed ones persecute our chosen ones, and we must protect them. Fate can be lightened and the battle brought the sooner to its end. Austerely and pure in thought commence my work. Remember the obstacles at the beginning of every great task. The temple gates are closed and prayers are forgotten during the battle, but the flowers of the Spirit will blossom and entwine themselves on the old walls. Naught can deter the hand of the Creator of the new world. I say unto you, my shield has taken many arrows, but at the Spirit's feast we will assemble, victorious. Strive for victory. For now, dismiss thoughts of peace and be vigilant, my warriors. I know my daughter wishes to adorn with roses the path to my school, but these times are bitter and cold. All will be well. Displaying fearlessness, you show a noble example to those around you. I teach you to face life's experiences with hearts alight. I shall explain, I am hastening your karma, and on the way I strip away all masks, that you may see. Your power increases at the understanding of another soul. You will reach the goal predestined for you by Christ. Strive for the future and many forces will be summoned to your aid. Of various instruments is the orchestra composed, but a symphony soon ends and its sounds die away through the open window. Better to pay heavily, the sooner to learn the predestined path. The eye will perceive instead of briars a garden nurtured by love. The heart is aware of the phantoms of the mind, but it knows the truth. Priceless is and therefore's guidance on the road of life. Dark ones beset the way. Seldom does the Spirit's light assert itself. Far from tilled is the eternal field. Widespread are discord and hate. Stand not in fear of divine justice. Like passengers on a short journey are you in your earthly life, facing infinity. The bliss manifested on the heavenly heights will bestow courage upon the legion of warriors for truth. Truth is veiled in symbols. The mind cannot comprehend their relevance to life, and their meaning must be revealed by everyday events. People need familiar images, and by these images is the spirit uplifted to its true dwelling. As often as karma permits, my hand removes the dangers from your path. Earthly ways obscure the view of the mountains, yet you shall reach them. Each righteous thought helps the cause. It is important to send the arrows through me or directly, but your purpose must be benevolent. Arrows may be aimed even at a rogue. For the sake of my cause you may be insistent, but without anger, spreading the creative force of benevolence. Wrath begets wrath, but my children can extinguish the red flame with a blue ray. With the power of the blue ray you can erect a temple, but the red cloud will blight the noblest tendrils of your soul. M therefore has many towers and sentinels upon the slopes of Himalaya. None without guide shall penetrate the snowy barriers. Amidst the glaciers giants keep watch over the currents of the world. The fields of ice blossom with pure fire, and the air is rich with ozone. Recognize the call even in the fall of the rose petal. Life is full of calls, the fire brings you to the summit of the mysteries. Pure tears bring roses to M therefore. The good does not rust. My hands bring aid to you. I send the miracle of love. M therefore has many ways to manifest his care. My hands overflow with bounty, but opponents must be stopped. I shall manifest the power of my teachings to those of narrow mind. Realize the healing power of prana. The torpor of life is dispelled in the pure rays of the sunset. Be calm and assert your wisdom. M therefore knows how racked is your spirit by the hovering shadows, but those who come to scoff will stay to pray. Reap wisdom from the manifestations of life. I shall show you much in life, but be alert. Imagination is not compared with the realities of life. Let naught in the path of knowledge of divine wisdom hinder you. Different tasks require different tools. M therefore as flowers flourish not in many gardens, but they can blossom even on ice. As healing herbs, my leaves will close all wounds. I will grant you power to see and hear. The first essentials are purity of air and clarity of spirit. The knots of life must be untied, as quickly as possible. Let the happy hunter face his enraged tormentors with courage. It is good to judge seriously and honestly the profound manifestations of creation. Be not content with mediocrity or with the clamor of the passing show. Consciousness grows as life's experience expands. On pure soil do you begin my manifestations. I shall point out the time for every pure beginning. Need will not afflict you. Outer laws will not violate your inner order. Deem it a blessing to bring light amidst the dark and inimical hosts. We have determined to reveal the ways of enlightening cruel hearts, to soften them with the balm of beauty. But the iron of the dark spirit is colder and stronger than the words of bliss. Only with great travail can the hand of truth bend the prison bars. From above rain words of truth, and men have unfurled umbrellas to shield themselves from the downpour of God's clouds. But the shower will reach even their dry hearts. We strike evil blind, and by lightning illumine the path of good. We send the gift of understanding to the manifested hearts. Only the blind will doubt. Have patience for the future steps. I give you happiness, accept it and learn to comprehend the teaching. All that is possible to hasten without destruction will be hastened. Life bares its teeth, but the spirit is undaunted. Calmly face the new year, full of events. The tide of spirit is rising. I send my blessings. Half of human life passes in communion with the astral plane, but people do not remember. They search for knowledge but find it not. You are surrounded by knowledge of the past and of the future. Blessed are those who comprehend the knowledge of the future and its ever-changing outlines. By love will you learn the boundaries of the new structure of life. The miracle of perception of the future will come unheralded, without cannon salute. But the bell will summon each wayfarer lost in the forest. Be not depressed, the battle was foretold, you were forewarned. The very name of M therefore provokes the enemy. Little wonder that the dark ones would wound my warriors, but the unseen guide keeps watch. Your impulse is natural, soldiers at the battle line, seeing not their commander, will chafe amongst themselves, but he is linked to them by phone and keeps watch over them with field glass. Accept the fight and try to shield my name. The weak are terrified even by growls, but the strong laugh at the sight of bared teeth. We will assert our existence. We will unfold the pure teachings of the happy journey of life. Fatigue not yourselves with worry. After you understand the different aspects of our teaching, you will walk the broad highway. Be benevolent not by impulse but by constant striving. With pure spirit must you work, and all will follow without effort. The ray disperses the clouds, a new path is revealed to the conqueror. Messages come more readily through dry channels. Smile, tears interrupt the current. Only certain glands may be used, and these as long as they are not irritated. With cloudbursts of tears, humanity obstructs the beneficial currents. Amidst the boundless tumult of life do we erect our temple. We labor on, and each stone is drenched with the sweat of our labor. As you build your school, strive to keep in mind our eternal structure. Lonely stands the summit, never does the feeling of solitude leave it. Blessed are you if this feeling is known to you. You are on your way to us. Yet the snowy summit feeds the streams of the plains, and waters the fields for harvest. Upon the summit does the sun bestow its first ray, and the moon is reflected in its glaciers. And none know this womb of the hot springs, and they wonder at the seething waters below the snowy summits. Be not afraid of the holy bliss of solitude. Through love let it enlighten you. Love and lightning do I manifest. The lips that give can also withhold. The light is given, there is danger in retreat. We need not the weak of mind. 153. Smile, I grant you the joy of spreading the teaching of Christ. The joy of conceiving the greatness of the universe. The joy of manifested labor. The joyous fatigue of accomplishment. You can carry my shield. In each pure thought lies the glory of God. From east and from west will come my warriors. And among the conquerors I shall recognize those chosen by me. And you will know those designated by me. Even the grass in its growth fulfills the will of God. Higher than the wheat is the human spirit, and in our teaching its work accomplishes even more than do benevolent thoughts. You serve a cause beyond the reach even of wealth. The pure offering is returned alive by God to those who bring their offerings in pure faith, just as was offered Isaac upon the altar. And Mount M therefore, which accepts your offering, will guard the offered treasure of the heart. Not a small task have you undertaken. Without pride or self-interest you placed all your possessions upon the altar. Can I, the truth-bearer, pass silently by those who, amidst cold and storm, brought useful tributes for the coming harvest? In safeguarding my instructions will you find protection. Need shall not afflict my manifestations. Calm is found in the light of truth. The mountain before you is not a test, but a task. Mist blinds the worldly eye, but the one who can observe the realities of life also beholds the flow of events. Our gates, once conquered, lead toward untold wealth. Each golden beam of sunlight is a shield against the lunar light reflected onto earth. Between the paths of sun and moon must one choose. The sun fills the day with miracles. The moon begets fleeting phantoms. Walk in the sunlight, open-eyed, and your day will become a wondrous fairy tale. Seek not for water in the sand, nor for ice in the scorching heat. The higher paths lead to the summit. Stay firm in my constant guidance and love for you. Through the cumulative labor of centuries is happiness built. Under my banners will I assemble new followers. Dedicate yourselves to the task of gathering the people and, with them, erecting my temple. Tarry not at therefore's call. Be steadfast and build your path to me. By your everyday life do I teach you. Fear not the weak-spirited, like dry leaves will they be blown away. I bring joy of spirit. My hand is over your pure thoughts. And therefore teaches you to beseech the holy brothers to show you the steps of the higher path. Through the hand can the best current be transmitted. The hand can arrest the waters. An obscure consciousness transmits not the current. It is wise to feel your strength at the moment of contact. Be like the ray of the sun, like the song of the bird. I reveal to you the vast school of life. By measuring the ways of the world can you gain wisdom. Falter not in your pure striving, and I will lead you on the path of the chosen ones. Weaken not nor tarry in your striving. I consider the study of concentration dangerous in a heavy atmosphere. People see the visions they desire, because the current is often too weak and they see images made by their own brains. For powerful visions is needed an atmosphere charged with electricity and a consciousness in repose. My hand is a shield of protection over you. My hand will scatter the clouds. The teacher will bridle the unruly ones. The teacher bids you read the words of Agni. You will begin to understand the transgressions committed by the church. The ways of Agni's school will be of guidance for our day. My name provokes your enemies to opposition, and my messengers must help you in your battle. Earthly support is not reliable, but under the shelter of your invisible allies you will conquer. And therefore's temple will summon the noblest among the builders. I shall strengthen the armor, and the enemy's arrows will be an adornment on the shield of victory. Be patient on your watch. And therefore may come even in the night hour. The faithful will discern the voice of the stranger. The morning sun is beheld only by those who arise early. But dark are those who miss the early light. I am with you and will shield you. But you are the builder of your own path. Expose the scourge of vulgarity. M therefore is fighting. The hand of mercy can also smite. Follow the teaching of M therefore. And teach in ways accessible to humanity. A pure task is pointed out in many ways. Bodies crowd the street, but dim is the light of their auras. Show understanding. There is an inner meaning in all things. On your mission point out that neither the cares of the house nor want have kept you from the path to us. They will make excuses to you that poverty and children impede their way. But children are flowers of the earth and poverty is the gift of purification. They will say to you, it is easy to serve God when you are rich. But you, too, have known want. They will say to you, you are fortunate to have friends and helpers. But you, too, have lived among hearts of stone. Useless is the leader who is not wise in battle. Directing your steps toward the heights, I am arming you for life's struggles. In giving you a teaching for tomorrow, I prepare you for a new life. Avoid the dead in spirit, helpers come in growing numbers. Not a miracle but a tempered blade is your life. On the way to the temple you must endure much dust and dirt on the path. Even a beggar's joy is great at sight of the sun. I am with you. Understand, there is no progress with those who are dead in spirit. If even the human touch has power, how much greater is the power of our touch? The human touch may linger undirected, but our touch bestows its energy for an intended time. Often a simple wooden icon is more cherished than a gilded one. A miracle enters life unnoticed. It takes time for a pure teaching to make its impress. Live with patience. Yesterday we approached the question of the aura. Each one perceives the astral world through the color of his own aura. The fuller the harmony of one's aura, the truer the astral image. He whose sense of duty is acute will see this before aught else. As those who are attracted by love will be born to the realm of love, and transported, will comprehend the joy of beauty. Only the gem that radiates all hues of truth can reflect the full splendor of the future. Yet we must also appreciate the pure stone of one color. We learn to smile at errors. Books, like man's passing thoughts, must be chosen with care. Many easy things are revealed as useless when you gain instruction from me. When berries are gathered in the woods, only the best are chosen. Be on your guard. Let not impure enter my dwelling. I will assail with lightning those who betray my plan. I will strike terror upon those reckless ones. My shield shall protect those who teach. We will manifest wonders to those who render homage. We will send blessings to the guardians of my sign. I will send you my word. Carry it to the disciples. I am with you. Our task is to help humanity. Often a yogi, merging into nirvana, strives to forget the earth. The sun's smile amidst the clouds brings forth the radiant rainbow. You will remember the aura of the teacher smiling through the dewdrops of that future day of glory. I endure all. My name is defamed. My works are assailed and distorted, and hostile hands would cleave asunder my shield. But the roots of the new race grow ever stronger. Listen to the truth, your cloudy mood comes from knowing about the unprecedented approaching world cataclysm. The blind rejoice, the deaf make merry. But the awakened spirit is filled with foreboding and sorrow. Weak-spirited are those who in the midst of battle dream of peace. In 5 years an entire age is outspanned. But mankind regards its ever swifter course as a disaster. I send you this consolation. Pure thoughts do not die, they flourish though the earth congeal. Judge not too severely the happenings of life, they are a chain of events leading you to the gates. Pure thoughts are needed to surmount the obstacles upon the way. He who sees himself as kind is not kind. But he who blames himself for cruelty demonstrates the progress of his spirit. His soul does not rust, and his spirit begins to assume its true form. In the schools of the future the ways of spiritual growth will be taught by those who have gained full assent. My chosen ones will bring my simple word of what must be rendered to the great nation. And personal love, national love, and universal love will offer praise and sacrifice to the Creator of love. We send our help and blessing. Pure music helps the transmission of the current. We pray by sounds and by symbols of beauty. The heart and mind do not conflict when they sail the ocean of creative labor. And the wings of the bird of the spirit, a-tremble, will soar upon the breeze of harmony. And the steel of the word flashes in the furnace of truth. Those who are wise are also fearless. A miracle comes unforeseen. Everything new has its significance. Often a grain can be more important than a mountain. You must use your imagination. For the imagination opens windows that reveal new vistas. Who desires, receives. All things have their significance. A miracle is wrought amidst striving to the future life. Think not of food. He who fasts, but in his heart covets food, is of little merit. Not with hay do you prepare yourselves for salvation. but through the growth of your spirit shall you achieve. Fret not, it is better to rejoice at each grain of creation of the Spirit. Creation has its place, even among the dark ones. Look through a microscope and life will reveal myriads of wonderful forms. In darkness the eye masters better the spiritual sight. It is wise not to worry but to strive joyfully. You must think, for thoughts create deeds. Discern in the new happenings the battle that was foretold. You already know how strained is everything. We offer happiness, woe to those who reject it. Count the actions of vehement enemies as preferable to those of lukewarm friends. Knowledge devoid of love is dead, but the radiance of the rainbow comprises all fires. The full spectrum of light is sometimes unpleasant to the human eye because of its high vibrations. The details of the path vary according to the karmas and auras of those whom you encounter. A bird ruffles its feathers in the cold, but the warm sun will spread its wings. The character of the people will be illumined by the beauty of spirit. Weep not where tears are useless, arrows are needed to transfix the dark spirit. You have sacrificed much for our task. Let others now fearlessly face the scoffers in the name of the Lord. Rest before the new assault. The last gates are near. It is not a peaceful teaching that I pronounce. In battle remember my shield. Each new day brings new possibilities. A bird, before its flight, cannot foresee how it will traverse the ocean. If all impulsive desires were satisfied, the universe would be destroyed. Fear not moods, like leaves they will be blown away. The pure spring bursting from beneath the snow will quench your thirst. You grow weary of waiting, but try to comprehend how disheartening it is to see the structure still lacking a roof. The human spirit resists the good. I want to help you, and will enter the battle. The impatience of the passengers cannot hasten the train. New circumstances require new flights. Rush not, all things will come. A miracle is wrought, you perform services important for the manifestation of future life. The difficulties of the task are akin to those of polishing a diamond. A hostile will must be diverted to the good just as a stream is directed to the mill. But how many dams must the miller build before he can control the current? A hand must possess strength, and an eye vision, to perceive new possibilities. The most worthy labor is that performed with one's own hands. By labor do you unlock the gates to the land of your striving. Everything is possible, but remember that what has been promised will be manifested at the appointed time. Who aspires will attain. Learn through the manifestations of life. We send you images of persons and events. And both reveal to you the determined plan of a wondrous evolution of the human race. I bring a talisman to all. Whosoever proclaims beauty shall be saved. We are ready to help, if we are not prevented. We open the gates only to those who knock. The arrows of our chosen representative direct the energy. All worlds are on trial. And the tablets of the Creator are inscribed with the records of the trial. And the Son of Suns shines to the everlasting song of the great labor. Search for the true meaning of each manifestation in life. You need the arrows, for you must fight the destroyers of mankind. The attack draws near, and you must discover the right path, even amidst the battle. Sacrifices have been made upon Mtherefore mountain. It is difficult to pray when the mind is filled with worldly thoughts. Your will must guard the place of prayer. It is better to truly know people than to be charmed by their masks. If human hearts were filled with beauty, no sacrifices would be needed. But many are the unillumined ones. Therefore, it is a thorny way that leads to each truth. Twilight is easily dispelled by rays of light. Know how to solve those problems that wealth cannot resolve. Think of the future and linger not at the present. My help is great and is given without delay. I reveal to you new images, learn to discern. It may be painful to see even your friends unmasked. But knowledge and truth are above all. A steed rears under the lash of the whip. Purusha trembles in the presence of injustice. Blessed are the courageous and the just. The only judge is your spirit, wherein is God. The cosmos is reflected in the pupil of every eye. And God dwells in every heart. Woe to those who expel God. Better never to know than to betray. The teacher was manifested, and the name of the Messiah was pronounced in my abode. Not to small things will you be witnesses. The cloud above God's mountain will be dispersed. The lightning of his voice will illumine the abysses. New ones, beautiful ones, clear-minded ones, exalted ones, will gather. The teacher has entrusted you to manifest him. Gather people under my roof. And therefore mountain is erected, is upheld, and is encircled by the plow of labor. Degrade not yourselves with trivial judgments. And with a smile accost danger. Can there be danger when under therefore shield? Your faith should be aflame. And you should look forward without expectation. Expect not, yet be cognizant of the motion of each blade of grass. I feel the dust blinds your sight and the battle deafens you. But knowledge will come to overcome your exhaustion. You must know that the chosen path of good leads to the source of wisdom. By signs will you know how to time the steps of your ascent. And all that exists will be a book of life for you. I reveal to you all the steps, and the path leads straight onward. The Creator is seeking new forms. Blessed are striving and the search. Be aflame, shine and give light. The juice of knowledge is increasing, as the fruit ripens under the hand of the gardener. The spirit cannot die, nor can the mind destroy the miracle of the Creator. A tree spreads its shelter over many, but only the gardener knows the growth of each branch. The branches of the tree may be gnarled, but the form of the tree appears mighty to the passer-by. And the shade of its foliage shields the weary traveler. Pure thoughts are twined like branches. Each is different, but its growth strengthens the tree. So that my forces not be spent in vain. You should obey. Understand this. Pure thoughts are protected by a talisman. The use of a talisman is as scientific as the use of a magnet. There are many paths, but the heart recognizes the surest one. To understand clearly means to learn much. Deeply laid is the foundation. The builders laying the base know not the height of the future towers. But the architect already has designed their height. Some structures grow only in austerity, and with great difficulty. Let cowardice depart and let treason build its own nest. By demolishing these nests with lightning and blowing away cowardice with a whirlwind shall we forge the way. Go and work. Unfathomable is the calm of the Creator amidst the manifold turmoil of events. After a first period of calm there is a second one. Be not disturbed when fatigue overcomes the body. The spirit is ever free. Between battles you are permitted respite. Compare the attitudes of the new ones with those of the old. Then you will know why I say, leave the old ones. Act with the new. Know to open the gates of the path to them, with a welcoming smile. The darkness of ignorance must be dispelled. Let pure thoughts accompany my task. Be vigilant lest the unknowing ones desecrate my name. Know how to find those successors who will value the meaning of my task. My hand initiates the worthy ones. Learn to judge in accordance with my teachings. We know the tides of the ocean, and no drop shall overflow the shores. Complex are the times and dark are the forces, but our ray is ever alight. The hand of the Creator adorns the shields of the chosen ones with manifestations of the Spirit. The enemies shall not endure before the will of the Creator. Our shields rust not. And your path leads always to us. Measure all events 40 times, in 40 ways. And therefore safeguards. It is better to have stern knowledge than to be moved by sentiment. I teach the truth of life. You must know before you are able. You must be able before you can manifest anything. And you can manifest only what is justified in spirit. If your boat is sound, you will reach the shore. Your sail is spread and the rudder is tested. My shield will protect you on the field of battle. Be ready to fight. By pure thoughts will you conquer. Life's fairy tale will be affirmed. But hearken to the calling waves. Amid encounters and letters, seek the sent diamonds of possibilities. You must look beyond, into the far distance. Understand this, my warriors. Each one fulfills his step of ascent and carries the task assigned to him. I am spinning new threads, I am looking for the points of contact. I place upon your heads the fitting crowns. And in silence I prepare you for battle. Rejoice, the courageous one chooses the right path. I can protect the faithful ones. The clamoring of the ignorant ones does not hinder construction by the new people. They who know, conquer. Yes, 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 each word of unity is as the seed of some fair flower. To cultivate a garden of beauty is permitted to all. But where are the gardeners who can judge which seed is best? We shall teach them to gather the fertile stalks. We shall pluck out the blighting weeds. And the ground where God has manifested himself we shall adorn with flowers. But where the flowers of unity are, guard their petals. Yes, yes, yes. Night obscures the purest images. But behold, the light approaches. Why test you, if the temple were not to be erected? But the plan is in our hands and the foundation is laid. Let the name of God be praised. Not to trifles shall you be witnesses. Life will be transformed. I say it. Apply all your efforts. By your own hands will the power of the future be built. I will help, but at your own efforts. Shield and lance. God has blessed the warriors. All will come. Twilight will end. Do you not see that the cosmic consciousness is in convulsion? We know the course of the battle, the plan of the Creator cannot be altered. From the beginning the Dark Ones struggled. From the beginning we conquered. The path of virtue is not a singing of psalms, but labor and service. If karma is violated, it will react against you. The travail of the spirit is the one ladder on the shortest path. The suffering of a decade is crowded into one day in the lives of the chosen ones. Better a full cup of misery than a life of mild sadness. Pay your accounts in the hostelries on the way, and with a bow they will carry your trunks onto the ships. A miracle occurs without warning, but naught happens by accident. Again I repeat, be not afraid. A new attack, but do not fear. In your life you may pass by the predestined places without heeding the calls. By one gesture can we remove obstacles, and help. But our gestures will not erase karma. Our shield will protect you against the assaults of the dark forces. But the settlement of old accounts is unavoidable. The hand of fate leads towards the good. Whence dreams are begotten. Where sacrifices are extolled. Where the invisible light glorifies labor. Thence come my blessings. In the whispering of leaves. In the splash of waves. In the murmur of the breeze. I am with you. Amidst the cruel and the dark ones. Amidst treason of the spirit. Amidst strife and sorrow. My shield is over you. Carry the light, and do not look back. Love even the knot grass. God created it. Understanding is concealed in the heart. To sever the ties, to weigh our forces on the balance, to cut yourself off from access to us, is dangerous. The approach to light is a serious matter. Hostile powers surround each of your actions. As soon as morning consciousness succumbs to twilight, then can the wings of darkness touch you. Darkness may steal unawares upon those who stray. It is easy to miss one's footing in the mountains. It is better not to reject the guiding hand than to wait anxiously for the rescuer's lantern. Grateful even for a dog's bark are the lost ones. Is it not better to walk with a guide in the glistening snow? You must understand, you must remember, you must know. The common highway does not lead to the holy mountain. I regard an act of treason as the most heinous. Joy is the manifestation of the Creator's power, illumining a world in darkness. And our teaching enables all to share it, through labor. A new day dawns over the earth. The present hour is not a stream but a vortex. Each personal world reflects the flaming sky aglow with the fire that devours old forms. The wisdom of the Creator prophesies a new world. By fiery destruction He creates. And can we, the witnesses, realizing the great design, count ourselves afflicted? The deaf and the blind, and the many sedentary ones, are only bystanders. The Creator cometh. Your life, is it not a fairy tale? The flying carpets are spread. And you will soar with intrepid spirit. Even the bears know why they must swim together. And how many are the useful examples scattered around us? You must endure together, knowing full well whose shield is over you. Have no doubt, no regret, no fear, the future is ahead of you. For guardians, protect the chalice of the archangel. With new wisdom is filled the ark manifested unto you. To the mouth of time did I give the command to bring you onto my path. Under an earthly veil did I conceal your true faces. I filled you with the joy of ascent. And I unveiled the memory of the forgotten scroll. I enhanced your perception and opened to you the books. Approach and receive. A prayer, thou who gavest the voice and shield to me, send a teacher upon my paths, my heart is open. The new chosen ones will express their thoughts briefly and clearly. Each era has its own ways. At one period the gem is stripped of its setting. At another it is embellished beyond recognition. The idiosyncrasies of the spirit imprisoned in an alien body force the allowance of conditions unneeded by us but desirable to mankind, which prefers garden paths to nature. Aum and Jehovah are two pillars of the same portal. All are symbols of the one corridor of life. At night do we teach. Then, by day, people will claim it as their own. The essential part of human existence is during the night hours. The abyss is more perceptible to the eye and the whirlwind is closer to the ear. Guardian, remember the entrusted treasure. Behold, our calls bestow upon you knowledge greater than the traditions of old. Calamity approaches. I teach you to endure it. The hand of the Creator reveals the two realms. It is commanded to choose the way. A pack of hounds is snarling. And the owl flashes its eye in the dark. But those who know do not tremble in fear. I am sending a shield. Behold, and do not reject happiness. The morning is oft misty and the chill penetrates the heart. But you know that happiness is coming. Be warmed by the fire of consciousness of the future. Twilight does not last. Yes, yes, yes. The battle rages furiously. The ear clearly discerns the stamping of hooves. Yes, yes, yes. be imbued with strength. Let us speak scientifically, but with kindness. Not for ourselves, but for you, do I speak of trust. But our messages shatter themselves against the heart that is barricaded. When needless words are uttered, the currents are mixed. Emanations of irritation deny entrance to the thoughts we send. Even a touch cannot be sensed by a hedgehog. In this, discern the difference between the quills of a hedgehog and our feathered shield. The benign arrows, like feathers, outline the circle of salvation. But if the needles of doubt do not permit the entrance of our message, special difficulties arise. The higher ones send us bliss. We transmit it to you. But if we and you reject the bliss sent, we all shall be engulfed by the wave of evil. The best apparatus is concealed in the brain. Soon dormant centers will be returned to mankind's use. Again will the tree of knowledge flourish. Twilight is not eternal. Storms pass, and must be endured with patience. But afterward, you must know how to hasten. Be a flame. Streams of joy fill the ocean of the Creator's thought. And you, pouring drops of joy into the human soul, bring offerings to the Creator of the worlds. Enlightenment will never end. Learn by teaching others. You were not mistaken in expounding joy. Each tree blooms in joy. But when shedding its leaves, it grieves not, remembering the coming spring. Even during battle you can appreciate the flowers. But humanity is far from flowers. Repeat beauty again and again, even amidst tears, until you reach the predestined. The earthly emanations are sometimes trying. People will come to you. Display fire, they need it. We must not hesitate when we see that we can bring them light. Close not the path to the new who knock. The old forms are of no use. The one who understands beauty will keep the travelers on their path. Our essential being needs the currents of prana. The tired organism is more affected by outside forces. Direct your thoughts to the one source of the world's creeds. Dim is the light of the world. Thus each desire to serve is especially precious to us. But know one thing, that goodwill and active work help us best. Not for miracles but for service did I summon you. Fire is no danger to your wings. You must be aflame in spirit, knowing that in spirit abides truth. Think not of falling when wings have been given to you. You must take care of yourselves and endure until the finish of the battle. A powerful wave must be directed to engulf the entrenchments of evil. The noumenon of power must be invoked. And with the created tariff must the fortifications of evil be broken. I address you, I command you, and I fill you with a desire for great service to the teaching. But strength is found not only in trust, but in construction. Your trust makes of me the architect. But it is you who must build. It is the reaper who gets the grain. To have figs one must first find a fig tree and cultivate it. Racial differences will fade away in the new world. Speak not of races. The drops of different seas are alike. Consider the manifestations of my shield as predestined. Consider the manifestation of wisdom in the new generation as happiness. Consider the manifestation of enlightenment in humanity as a step toward the new world. Consider our manifestations as the appointed time of the world guardians. But observe our instructions. Fulfill our message. Know to carry the light. And understand how to manifest the grandeur of beauty. To the wings that have touched the sun. To the courser before sunrise. To the song that fills the midnight. The way is not a terrible or cruel one. And the star is close to those who have found the tariff. Send a smile to the stars. When we are in a house we see it not, being within. Purity of character must be displayed, and taut must be the strings of the heart. The teaching continues, not for long need you wait. You must smile. Steel is tested by fire, and the strength of the spirit grows through the breath of life. Much may be learned, even from the flight of the crane. But much must be endured if you would fly to the land of marvels. Among strangers, amidst dangerous destroyers, it is difficult, and you are ready to flee. To show compassion, to conciliate, to welcome them, is a hardship. Sowing with travail, and reaping with happiness. Our messenger performs miracles. By example, you can instruct others in resourcefulness. In every circumstance are contained different possibilities, but the mind must be directed toward the light. Venerable is the dust of books. But the spirit soars better without dust. A burden is within us. Sing. A song frightens wolves. It is well for the travelers to sing. Intone thy secret song, and yield not to slumber. One's karma is of great importance, but of greater importance is it to be chosen. Karma is but the circumstance of the choice. Only the chosen ones are entrusted with a mission. The smile of the Creator is the crown, not because of gratitude, but due to rejoicing in the fire of the heart. And above the heads of the chosen ones glows the sign of fire. Just as when the branches of the tree are hewn down the trunk gains strength, so does the abandoning of habits purify the spirit. By removing you purify. By courage you assert. By resourcefulness you find. Better to hasten than to slumber in expectancy. Shape the log into beams and raise the dwelling. In our daily lives we perceive not the vital moments. We regard them as no better than dust. But the Creator's hand is felt not only in the mighty manifestations but even in the motion of each grain of that dust. The gates are open, guard the light. It was after the time of Origen's disciples that the false religion of the priesthood began to spread. Learn of the power of the Spirit. Its strength is inexhaustible. A word is but a minute part. As the whirlwind is but the visible sign of turbulence. As the snow is but the messenger of the cold. As the lightning is but the eye of the storm. So is the word as a grain of dust blown by the impact of a creative thought. The source of thought shines into the eyes of those who see. And the chord of tension resounds into the sensitive ear. And I, too, terrified, was overwhelmed at my nothingness. But the Creator's greatness makes equal the grain of sand and the mountain. Understanding of the beginning and of the eternal fills each heart. But be ready, and granted entrance. Leaves grow each day, but flowers have their seasons. The falcon in flight droops not its wings. A deer leaping the abyss lingers not. Nor shall those who are to come at the appointed time tarry. Not on flood tide nor on ebb tide, but on the golden stream of the cosmos, is borne the boat. Spread are the sails and destined is the shore. My shield glows in your hands, and upon your shoulders shine the rays of achievement. I will strengthen my light and wing your feet. O thou who art lengthening my path, I will find the lightning and upon it will I traverse the abyss. I will enwrap myself in the whirlwind and leap upon the height. Where is the dust of my path? Where is the ravaging heat? Where is the torrent of rain that concealed the ascent? My feet are firm and your ring is safe upon my hand. Behold, O Lord, my falcon is approaching me. I am sustaining thee, I am sending a shower of care. My care is thy joy. I promise the growth of consciousness. It comes gradually, unnoticed, like the growth of grass. First let us affirm disdain for food. Just as the fallen fruit is collected in a basket and carried away, so are outgrown thoughts also discarded. So, your sense of human imperfection has ever existed, but this fruit is also fallen. At the gates of the new world the crowds gather. Yet they perceive not the portals. But easy are the steps of the Spirit. By a single wish can worldly things be seen as they are. Blessed are you who aspire to beauty. All the forces of the cosmos should be consecrated to the blossoming of the Spirit. Fatigue forces renewal of the organism. Awareness of one's goal gives significance to each manifestation of the Spirit. All winds serve the miller to produce a better flower. To learn all the outpourings of nature's manifestations and to realize them as beauty, means to accord wings to mankind. A key is needed to unlock a prison cell. But wings alone can transport you to the light. Every key implies a locked cell. But the time approaches when mankind will abhor keys. Chance does not exist. I must strengthen your knowledge of the powers of spirit. After the great waves we reach the billows of people's thoughts, and even those of plants. Thereafter the attuned ear merges into the ocean of cosmic harmony. Fatigue of the body results from your striving for achievement. The achievement is there. It grows with experience, like an immersed crystal. We watch our swimmers with solicitude. Should a salty wave flow into your ear, be not afraid, we are with you. Stretch your arm across the abyss. Above the abyss there is no fear. More abhorrent to the spirit are the confines of room and rug. Direct your spiritual quest toward us. You perceive not the clouds as we do. Striving creates miracles, but let us be the judges. What was a fragrance will become a stench. The former song will become the noise of the wheel. The former shield will turn into an oven door. So grows the spirit, when it turns to face the universe. Within a small room, upon a small rug, you have shed your former skin. What cannot be laved in the snows of the mountains and in the warmth of the sun? The wisdom thus released will inhabit its new skin. We rejoice at your observation of man's ways, unmasked, denuded. As though the curtains of the windows were drawn aside and the innermost recesses revealed. And it is easy to offer counsel when reading from an open book. You evolve under my eyes. Yes, yes, yes. Your steadfastness strengthens us. It is easy to walk along a precipice when you know of the flying carpet. Observe everything. Whilst thou wert at the market, a merchant knocked upon our door. He wished to exchange his necklace for thine. For thy red stones, he showed us stones of blue fire. Mother, we knew not which stones were brighter. The merchant was tall, and raven was his beard. Why art thou so pensive, mother? The merchant meant to deceive us. Red as blood are thy stones and brilliant as fire thy necklace. Why art thou so pensive, mother? We will not let him enter again. But why do thy tears fall? One of them glistens with a blue flame. Was he not a sorcerer? Nor do the hands of children discern the best stones. Often the red ones are their choice. Amidst the life of every day, seek the gleam of light. The growing concentration upon the blessed forces will strengthen the consciousness of those who knock. Having ridiculed, slandered, and belittled the spirit, the insignificant ones were stopped by the efforts of the stronghold of good. The token of eternal life will penetrate even the lowliest mind. Dear shopkeepers, what profit to cheat yourselves? Poor rulers, what good is there in erecting prisons for yourselves? Cruel sages, have you no shame in violating your beliefs? And you children of the crowd, forget not that the star that gleams between the houses is not a lamp. You dive, you fly, and hear. But where is the pearl of your spirit? Whither are you going? You have lost your way and an unfriendly thorn has pierced your wings. Dust is harmful to the ears. I speak as a physician. Yet are my remedies not complex, and my trumpet will not deafen. The growth of grass is more audible. Heart, comprehend it. Let tears bathe you in your solitude. The blade of grass rejoices in the sunlight. Can it be that only the human eye turns from the light? A shield cannot long hide the leper, nor can a helmet long conceal an empty head. Our call is plainer than a child's request. Accept the treasure prepared for you. Just as the muscles hold one's physical strength, so must the spirit encompass God. A fool's harvest is always poor. But our grain is of the best, and we sell it cheaply. Can it be that you choose to devour yourselves through your own ignorance? I beseech you and also warn you, there will be revelations, for the veil is being raised. No spectacles can help, if your eyes are clouded with dust. Go, seek a physician. The hand of night preserves the pearl. The clear eye of day discerns the treasure. Darkness is not dark for the eye of the eagle. Each day, bring a new treasure. By day and by night, manifest the predestined. I sense that happiness draws near. 280. When we are impelled to fight and destroy evil, are we not then also as fanatics? Where is the boundary of justice? But those who are trained in the school of harmony will recognize the mandates of the heart. Our disciple determines each sword thrust with his spirit directed to us. Our disciples do not hesitate, but smite the enemy's falsehoods. Not repose but resourcefulness rules our warriors. Their eyes are open, clear. We summon them to action. Tell this to those who think that we divert them from labor. I teach you to consult your own destiny. You must comprehend the dates revealed to you. Through that understanding will be unveiled the structure of cosmos. When the will is harmonized with the revealed dates, there can be no destruction. The guiding hand hovers over your spirit, and like a pilot steers it through waves and seasons and elements. Therefore must our disciples be able to hearken to the breath of life of every day. Not your signs are the twilight of ignorance or the grimace of discontent. Leave these to the dark ones. My shield is a refuge to the pure. My arrows are wings to the faithful. My sword is a torch to the courageous. My smile is the promised bliss to the wise. My heart is your abode. Your temple is a miraculous offering to me. Know to find Anthony and Ursula in life. I believe you may comprehend my indications. You will hear of our aspirations upon the peaks of the mountains. Read about our manifested dreams. You will learn about our manifestations, yet you will not believe. We teach only those who knock. Firmly will we reject all traitors. Austerely will you speak of us. Hearken, the new ones show signs of understanding. Let not the enemies approach, they are dangerous to the new ones. Smilingly listen to the contentions of the pedants, for they perceive not. But the eagle eye is above you. Be alert for the opportunity to listen. The great silence envelopes the hearkening ear. Amidst noise it is invulnerable. And amidst the battle its presence is ever more astounding. The open ear turns away from the earthly plane. What is unattainable today comes with ease tomorrow. The difficulties of the path are caused by one's earthbound habits. Therefore guard the children from such habits. Like fungus that spreads upon the walls of a house, must they be destroyed. A plague of beetles swarms in the corners, poisoning the walls. Darkness has chained humanity, but the sword's flash shall cleave obscurity asunder. Light shall prevail. Pure air is needed for a current. Liken it to electricity after a thunderstorm. Miracles may happen anywhere, but your progress in the teaching depends upon the progress of your spirit. The predestined dates for the spirit are approaching. At the borderline of consciousness, the manifestations of happiness and darkness are mingled. The transition from night to dawn is imperceptible to the eye. But know the sacredness of God's abode. No dust, no anger, must you bring, and you must kill your earthly hungers if you would face divine knowledge. The aspiration of the Spirit is the sparkling of bliss. Blessings temper the armor. New ones will come. New ones will come. New ones will come. Count your friends. Look for the gates to open to their coming ascent. Maintain the feathers of your arrows, else they fall limp and powerless. Learn to fly. Let him not approach for whom the probation seems too long. You lay a new foundation for the manifestation of beauty. With you do we pronounce the beginning of a new teaching. Flood tide and ebb tide succeed each other, but the ninth wave rises highest. I want to show to you the great battle of this, our day. You who turn from the teaching of hope, of action, and of courage. Who are frightened by the given knowledge. Who pale before the face of love. Who are startled by an angel's wings. We need you not. The temple is glowing and our path is fixed. And each morning brings us closer to the sun. And happy are they who minded not the day and who seized the pearl of the Spirit from the stars. This pearl loses not its luster, and you, poor ones, where will you find a treasure more enduring? Let us appraise values, but let us not insist on money as the measure. The underground vaults have already been overfilled. I will nullify earth's gold with a new metal. A golden shield is not trustworthy. Display your wisdom, I speak of action. Each day's new rays bring new strength. Protective action is not personal when the raging darkness throws itself upon the defenses of the pure dwelling. The motion of the hand of the divine sower encompasses the firmament. And the hands of all his sons shall be uplifted with one accord, and they shall cast their seed. I will indicate the time for action. Regard the approaching days as the threshold of the winter's activity. Hasten to display action. Join your forces for action. Warriors have never been in such a turmoil of action. O thou keen blade, O thou smiting hammer. I am coming, Master Builder. I am coming. Be resourceful, act. We speak but once. Do not repeat your questions. What is not understood or is unheard is lost to earth. You may find new ways of understanding and ascent, but by new steps. Therefore be alert. Tiredness is not dangerous. But levity and callousness are banes to mankind. Like a householder in constant action, be not afraid of a few drops of labor perspiration. Even a misguided action is better than passivity. Attain the port. For each one is a ship provided. Is justice difficult? A child measures justice better than a judge. Wherefore can only the aged and the children be the arbiters of the earth? Human judgment blunders. Laws obstruct the entrance. Learn to judge in the open, beneath the stars. Learn to measure distances with closed eye. To see the light with closed eye is granted to each one. But laziness, ingratitude, ignorance, and brutality are astride your backs. Blind travelers, how will you attain the justice of children? Wash away the dust of habit. Some dwell in cellars, some in attics. Others are content with a room in another's dwelling. And some possess an entire house. I wish to give a house to those who dwell with us. It is not bad to own a house. Glorious is it to admire the sunrise from the terraced garden. And cheaply do we sell the house. A word from the heart and a beautiful deed. Not high is the price. Understand the advantage from this. Understand it at least in a worldly sense. Creator, let my spirit be revived when the storm abates. Thunder fills the silence of the night, and lightning crosses my window. Can it be that even during such a night the messenger will come? But I know my question is perhaps inappropriate. The messenger is coming. Master, my mind is dull with sleep and my eyes penetrate not the darkness. I will place a hammer at my door. Let the messenger shatter the bolt. Wherefore shall I need a lock after the coming of the messenger? Wherefore, O Lord, dost thou not trust me to gather the fruits of thy garden? But where are thy baskets? Why, O Lord, dost thou not pour out to me the streams of thy bliss? But where are thy vessels? O Lord, why dost thou whisper and not proclaim thy truth in thunder? But where are thine ears? Indeed, the thunder is better heard amidst the mountains. People are gathering. Experiences are increasing. Help comes more easily. Thus does the ship, spreading its sails, quicken its course. Easily, lightly, upwards, unnoticed, do you carry the burdens of life, like the pollen of the flowers. Let the crossing be easy. Easily, upwards, joyously, simply. Concern not yourselves with souls when wings grow upon your shoulders. But beware lest you emulate Icarus. Why does the eye become far-sighted towards the end of life? Experience directs the eye into the distance and the near is veiled. Thus do you receive knowledge of the future. Traverse the present without sinking in the slough of the swamps. Action before aught else. Verily, verily, a bird in its flight is sometimes more useful than a benumbed man. I perceive the enemies will be destroyed by miraculous fire. The time for action is but begun. Comprehend devotion, faith, and courage. I will safeguard you with a helmet of faith, an armor of devotion, and a shield of victory. And on the banner will be inscribed, Love, the Conqueror. The mind grows, every day. Goodness wings its way to happiness. But between you and us the bridge is spirit. By spirit one can raise mountains. But this bridge can be destroyed within a moment. And the remaining abyss not all the rocks of the created mountains could refill. Therefore, guard the flower of adamant. It blooms not in ice. But if the Creator has granted you the power of this bridge to us, proceed, and guard the flame. Say to the passers-by, we know whither we are bound. My mouth shall be speechless. And I shall be unable to comprehend the shield of mercy, if love fly from me. I shall be earthbound at morning if my wings weaken during the night. What then shall I outspread to hail the morning sun? My smile, where art thou? And what mark brands my forehead? What is the luminous word with which to greet the light? What is worthy? I shout, I affirm, love. I said it. Value not the word that explains. Take rather the affirmation of the first teacher. I said it. 303. The word of the teacher unlocks the bolt. Lay your heart upon the threshold of the morning ray and I will shield you. Open your eyes, face the tide, and I will protect you. I rejoice in guarding the treasure. The time of completing the temple is close at hand. Address yourselves reverently to the temple. And when with you I shall go round the structure, we shall direct a prayer to the Creator of the universe. And we shall award tribute according to labor and to merit. Understand that God's divine service cannot be bought. Faith was suffocated by gold. A shield of gold is not trustworthy. I am summoning the wise ones. New and useful ones will gather. And the tree of unity will flourish. They will ask you, where are your proofs? Many there be of false prophets. Answer, we judge them only by their deeds, and measure only by results. A false prophet leads to a lie, and a lie is consummated in evil. And then you will perceive the trail of the dragon. Therefore, consider only deeds. The teacher knows our path, and to his mercy we leave the hindering voices. Judge by deeds. I said it. The harvest must be gathered with a scythe. The wheat spikes must be brought into the granary by hand. Pure grain must be winnowed by the breath, and the chaff discarded. Thus do we choose the banners of the future. I said it. Naught is destroyed without reason. Each is destined to receive his call. But the trumpets of angels are inaudible to the ears of those who sleep. More impregnable than the walls of Jericho are the structures of pettiness. Are your ears free from dust? I said it. What shall be done about those who threaten you? What shall be done about those who remain unmoved? What shall be done about those who prattle, thinking they know tomorrow? And many there be now, the knowing ones. But I will tell them, open your ears. I will tell them, cleanse your hands before you begin to write. Clear your voice before you think of proclaiming. I say it. I say it. I have told them. I myself attest. I myself will put an end to it, when I deem the time ripe. But now go, my hand is with you. Yes, yes. Amidst fetters, amidst the slaughter, amidst silence, amidst revolt, amidst those afar and near, remember me. The power is ever with you. Disciples, does the seashell fear the velvet rolling of the waves? Be not afraid of the tide. I deem that the Spirit finds the moment for all things. If the lighthouse is a constant beacon of safety for travelers, so much the more will my warriors be ever aflame with the fire of salvation. And the flame of action kindles other fires. You already know that neither kindness nor intellect alone can lead to us. But spirituality is needed. This quality comes the moment the spirit is ready. Naught can hasten the affirmation of the path. Even calling to people is useless. Therefore, seek not for followers, but attentively welcome those who knock. It is shameful to miss in sleep the knocking of even one heart. Better to meet with failure than to ignore the winged desire. Pupil, why think about what cannot be fulfilled? Dissipate not your force in languor of your spirit. My lotus is a joy to those who visit my garden. Children. Action, action, action. Thoughts of good raise your vibrations to those of the Master's soul. Remember, the Master's soul is your abode. Do not forget him in your striving for bliss. In the name of humanity I am speaking to you. The Master is ever at your door, but leave the door open. Await him and he will respond to your call, as responds the flower to the call of the morning sun. In my name go through life, and you will conquer the darkness. The rain cloud will not find you, nor will the burning sun cause you suffering. For I am your guardian, your friend and father. My children, children, dear children. Do not think that our community is hidden from humanity by impregnable walls. The snows of Himalaya that hide us are not obstacles for true seekers, but only for the curious ones. Mind the difference between the seeker and the dry, skeptical investigator. Immerse yourselves in our labor, and I will lead you on the path to the yonder world. We send you this message. Let the stones speak the truth. Let the plants and trees proclaim the joy of creation. But action is for humanity. For in action is buried the fruit of man's striving. Birds do not remember their deeds or the deeds of others. Therefore they return to their old nests. So let man forget his mistakes, and let him strive on the path of great silence and bliss. The great silence is like the roaring of an ocean and the quietude of an empty house. In the rays of the morning we decide and send you our word. Not in dreams nor in desire but in unity of spirit. Beholding bliss you go as a herald, bringing our tidings. Judge not, but act. Do not contemplate much, but create, but find. And I, myself, will be your help. Yes, yes, yes. I said it. Avoid those who will not hear. Pass by those who will not see, yes. Behold. Be both beholder and listener. Know your path. O Lord, give strength to my heart and power to my arm. Because I am thy servant. In thy rays I shall learn the eternal truth of being. In thy voice I shall listen to the harmony of the world. My heart I give to thee, O Lord. Sacrifice it for the sake of the world. Know you the truth, the great truth of the everlasting bonds between Father and Son and between the Son and his Son. The fruit and flowers of my garden are given to all, and you must be the keepers of my garden. At my gates I shall place you, and in my name you will proclaim. My word be with you. We manifest revelations unto the sensitive ear, and your wish may bring to you our voice. Our ray, as a beacon, is searching the darkness, and with the aid of its light the ship reaches port. Twilight must not exist for you. They will ask wherein is the quest for perfection. Reply, in love, in beauty, in action. These three paths suffice. Even beneath a tree you feel yourselves sheltered. Even at the foot of a cliff you feel yourselves protected. But more protected will you feel yourselves beneath my ray. In silence and in tumult your voices reach our summit. Through the ocean's mist the ray of the lighthouse is dimmed. But our ray shines through all. Our ray shines bright, and in the silence of the ocean you can find us. They will ask why your book differs so from all others. Tell them their books expound a doctrine of quiescence, but we sound a call to battle. In our explaining, our teaching, our encouragement, there is the summons to battle and to action. Each season affords new ways. The Spirit leaps across the abyss. Help to you, who are rushing into the path. Help to you, who have forgotten both time and body. Help to you, who have responded. A watchful eye is over you. Eagles soar aloft as messengers, and turtles bring their gifts for shields. Miracle, miracle, miracle is wrought, and warriors will hear the call. In the mist you will find the way, for I am with you. Know the unfathomable character of eternal creation. The formless form, the soundless sound. Behold the joy of creation and rejoice at the wisdom of the Creator. The glory of the eternal being radiates in the stars, and his might is symbolized in earth's highest summits. Amidst valley and mountain, amidst forest and plain, will you wander in search of your teacher. O foolish one, why seek so far? I am here, your teacher. In your bosom cherish thoughts of service towards good. O Lord of my prayers, be merciful to me in my striving. Rebuke me not for my transgressions. My spirit sings the song, thy song. But my body is weary and my limbs obey me not. Pupil, find the energy to fulfill thy striving. Summon courage. Thy body must not hinder thee upon the path. Master, I see thy face, I behold thy mercy. Pupil, I am here, but in thy blindness thou didst forget my presence. Eternal, unfathomable, great, and lofty is the truth. But the seeker will approach it and will master its tenets with ease. Behold nature when you are in it. Hearken to the manifestation of creation in every sound of the desert. The Master attends each manifestation of your spirit. In his rays will you find the joy of creation. Children, do not regret time spent in the search for truth. The great sages have found it by intense search. Believe in your power and know that you are chosen by him who is your Father in spirit. If in a moment of weakness you falter on the way, stretch out your hand, and help will come. I shall say to those who knock, on your way you may perceive a heart, a vessel brimming with spirituality. Know to discern it. If you recognize it, try to approach as closely as possible. Remember, spirituality, like flame, kindles new fires, and, like a miraculous magnet, attracts. Therefore, turn not aside the predestined happiness. We can send a call, but this call is not repeated. One should have an open way. I speak to all who stifle in the confines of self-made cellars. Approach, you who await joy. The day of joy is at hand. I said it. Think of the stars that always give their light to humanity. Be like these stars and give your love, wisdom, and knowledge to others. Only when everything is given can you receive. In my name do you work, do not forget that. Mind it particularly. Wherever you go, take my light with you. Of what use is a messenger who hides himself behind impassable walls? The teacher is with you, and you must be in harmony with your followers. Harmony, harmony, harmony. Do not regret your path, forget worldly pride and be open towards the new. Behold, I tell you, let the flame of your heart be alight with the fire of compassion. In compassion is buried the great pearl of secret knowledge. All bodhisattvas, all holy ones, all martyrs, strove along this path. Remember the legend of the 7 gates. Not for all is the thorny way a hardship. There are souls to whom a crown of thorns is sweeter than a kingly one, and a coarse garment more precious than the royal purple. Look for my indications in the forests. Listen for my call in the mountains. Be aware of my whisper in the rippling of the stream. But can these be human whispers? Nay, it is the roaring of the ocean, or the thunder amidst the heights. I ask you, where is your sling to strike the enemy? Be ready for battle. I am with you. You must remember the spark of our power. It will awaken the dead. But just as the firefly loses gradually its light, so easy is it to extinguish our spark. Remember the vigor of the dawning hour. The coolness of the morning is a refreshing draught to your spirit. Hasten to drink it. Thou blossom of the lotus flower. Dream of dreams. 7-pointed pearl. In thee is hidden the knowledge of the universe. In thee is born the striving to behold the mysteries. Hidden temple of the unknown. Giver of living waters. Great healer of the universe. Soul ever watchful over worldly terrors. In thy radiance bathes thy faithful servant, who has chosen thee to be his whole possession. O Lord of the wisdom of heavenly gates, erect thy throne upon the highest summit. Thence wilt thou better see the fear and anguish of human hearts. O Lord named the compassionate, behold thy sons engulfed in human darkness. Darkness, darkness, darkness. Light, light, light. Without the darkness there would be no light. For only in darkness may we behold the light. But where abidest thou, O Lord? There is nor light, nor darkness. All is one. mystery of mysteries, holy of holies. Not comprehended by men, it remains clear. But grasped by human minds, its clarity dulls. Such is the law. Follow the banner of battle. Across the deserts, seas, and mountains, you transport yourselves in one breath. And there, face to face, we meet. There is no space. Time exists not. The power of knowledge is manifested. Is it easy to soar when you have wings? I shall say, it is easy for those who sense their wings. But those for whom the cup of worldliness is sweet, fly not. Chained to their idol, their delight, whither to fly? By experience will you learn the fruitlessness of earthly desires. It is simple, for all things are simple. Soar with your thoughts. Fly by affirmation. Fly by love. And you will realize the joy of flying. And the gulf of life will remain far below you. And a miracle of flaming colorous will radiate near the splendor of the Southern Cross. All is attainable. Why suffer mortification of the flesh? Why destroy what has been bestowed upon you by the Creator? Seek new paths. Find your way amidst the difficulties of life. But do not let them drown you. I am here, your teacher speaks. Be open to us. O thou Creator of the universe! Thou summit of heaven, glory of glories! Great unmanifest in the beginning. Manifested at the end. Yeah. Where is the beginning, where the end? Cognize your striving. Rejoice upon your path. Be grateful to the giver of all treasures. He will hearken to your prayer even amidst the great clamor of the street. Fall not into despair. Knock upon the door. It is always unlocked. And the Master awaits you within his house. Do not eat from the table of the Lord, but hearken to his words. Children, be ready for great ingratitude. You may give up the most precious and they will notice it not. But have no regrets. Traveler, you must give away all possessions that impede you. And the more you give, the lighter your path. Be grateful to those who have taken from you without gratitude. They will help you, they have helped you. For he who goes lightly, easily attains the heights. And you will learn how to reach the summit. Therefore, be grateful to the ungrateful. I have spoken. I have sent you bliss. Work, the path is open for work. Into your hands have been put the greatest possibilities. My crown be with you, for I gave the crown. Be vigilant. Expect our help at every moment. Know that no reward should be expected. Earthly rewards are not for you. You who strive must pursue the path boldly, without thought of danger or of joys to come. Remember what I have said to you. Accept not the best fruit from the table of the Lord, even if he offers it. Partake only of that which is given for the fulfillment of your mission. Reward does come, but expectation never brings reward. Did Christ, crucified, think of the salvation of his soul? Even in the smallest measure try to be as he. Compassion, compassion, compassion. Many times before have I appealed to you to be like those who bear compassion. Children, pupils, my children, be happy. The greatest joy is near. I myself, I so attest, I affirm. When through the tatters of your temporary bodies shines the splendor of your spirit. Are you not filled with strength and joy? And are not all your beings united in the joy of that labor of your spirit? And then am I near to you. And then does your ear discern the soft sound of my step? You with open ear. you with open eye. You who know me. Blessings unto you. Let my name be a forged talisman to you. May the depths of heaven be bountiful to you. Blessings unto you. Direct your eye like a falcon into the distance. This is my counsel. You, my disciples, behold. Dream of the future and you will see the regeneration of the world. Forget not compassion in your striving. Understand me. Remember, art is the one vital medium of the coming culture. Through beauty will you approach. Understand and remember. I have entrusted you to pronounce beauty. I bid you pronounce beauty. You, my daughter, said, love. And you, my son, said, action. And you, both, said, beauty. If you desire the gates to be open to you, use my sign. I said beauty, in combat and victory. I said beauty, and failure was covered by beauty. Mountains blossomed with beauty. And you must give entrance to the flowers of beauty. Let the children approach. Bow before him who brought the beauty of the great universe. Understand, there are no possessions, nor decisions, nor pride, nor repentance. There is one thing alone, beauty. And to you I say, guard, expound, and affirm this beauty. Therein lies your way. With beauty shall I meet those who will come to me. And they are already on their way. Your joy is our joy. When the enchanted flower of tenderness unfolds on earth, a new star is born in the infinite. Numberless are the stars. The Milky Way of happiness bridges all the worlds. Lord, the bird of happiness would sing at my window. I shall not understand its words, but I will dare. In the morning hour one word will come to me. And my heart will sing. Forgiven, forgiven, forgiven. Is it possible that for one word, for one act of tenderness, I could be freed of guilt by thee? By thee, who hast spun the web of eternal universe and glory. My son, tenderness is part of truth. And truth is in beauty and love. Comprehend this, my son, in the midnight hour. I shall knock upon thy door at dawn. Each new day, your flower grows. And simply do you pronounce the words of the building of the temple. I see a smile, I hear even laughter. Blessed are you if, laying the stones, you can cement them with laughter. Joy to the worlds. I said it. Travelers, why do you hasten on your way? Where lies your destiny? Where is your goal? Have you a goal? Our goal is where the water merges into the clouds, where the forest fades into the horizon. Travelers, will you not rest upon your path? Will you not taste the waters from the pure spring? Nay, we must reach our goal. Twilight already has enveloped the farthest mountain. And the nightingale has sung its song in the nearest forest. We must press on. Travelers, proceed. The evening's freshness will revive you on your way. The travelers advance. Nearer is the goal. The clouds transform themselves into temples. But the way is long and twilight deepens. Solitary pilgrims, look forward. Along the way a stranger walked. May the Lord be merciful to you. I said it. Waterfalls and green grass, birds and winds, all sing to me. And on my way is born a song. I proceed with ease. But when the wind is still and the birds are flown and the green grass bends, what shall I do, my Lord? Regard then me. As the mountains give rise to new heights, and abysses crossed but confront me with new mountains. When I have traversed all deserts and have scaled all summits, What shall I see, O Lord? Thou shalt see me. Chains of happiness and chains of bondage. The slave drags heavily his fetters. The chains of joy resound with mirth. How shall I know the chains, O Lord? Attune thine ear. He who is with us will have his hour of battle. But he knows that he is ever victorious. Regard those who call. What beauty! Not only do they behold beauty, but they would share it with you. To share is the pledge of victory. And the words that open the gates are simple. But few know how to apply them to the locked portals. We perceive the festival of labor. Into the flames of purification cast all prejudices, and all obstacles of the material life. What a great pyre upon the mountain lights the way. Striving opens new ways. Whose knocking do I hear? It is you, fugitive. Now I shall tell you. You have been fleeing from me with the same persistence you manifested before, when building my abodes. You fled, attempting to hide yourself within the sanctuaries of the world's temples. Behind the steps of thrones did you conceal yourself. Changing your appearance, you did secrete yourself beneath the folds of tents. You tried to lose yourself in earthly sounds of flute and strings. To where did you flee? Now you stand before me. And I say, you have returned to me. You have found my door. You saw how your mind had lost its light, how dispersed was your joy. And you now understand that the knocking one will be admitted. And the admitted one will be forgiven. And you have now found the better door, and have come, seeing the futility of your flight. And I will admit you who knock and say to you, I have preserved for you your joy. Take up your chalice, and work. You, Avarak. You know now that flight is in vain. You stand there now, approaching the door. And your chalice awaits you. Joy. There is no present hour of happiness. There is the past hour of happiness, and there is the future hour of happiness. The past hour holds you. And the future hour draws nearer. I have ordained for you a time of future bliss. Joy. Not that holds you is worthy. Live in the hour of future happiness. Joy. Learn to guard the shield. Be resourceful in your attainments. The new is difficult, and the old unsuitable. The clouds must not conceal the mountains. No excuses or evasions will help. Only creative labor leads to victory. Understand labor broadly. The blizzard blinds the eye, but not the spirit. Guard the spirit. Devotion is proved by action. Where is the prayer? Where is the mantram? Where is the conjuration? Where is the invocation? I will say my prayer, and I will say it facing the sun. If my eyes cannot endure the light of the universe, I will close them. And, filled with the sparks of its radiance, I will nevertheless say, here I behold my path, and along it I strive with all my inmost being. And, repelling all enemies and renouncing all possessions, I come to thee. My word to thee is my prayer. By day and by night do I repeat it, at work and during the night vigil. When the eyes no longer discern the bounds of earth and heaven. How much preparation, and how much thought and vigilance! To say to thee this one prayer, I love thee, my Lord. It is my only prayer. So long a time did I prepare. So long did I wait for my mantram. Still, it too is short. Turn not from me, O Lord. Naught can I add to this. And now my invocation. O Lord, thou shalt not elude me. I will find thee. I know all thy abodes. Thou art in all. Be merciful, my Lord. My prayer is simple. Short is my mantra and importunate is my invocation. But just as I cannot escape thee, thou canst not hide from me. My ear hears thy step. My mouth is sweet with thy divine savor. For thou art my nurture. Can I successfully invoke thee, O Lord? I fear lest my prayer displease thee, and my mantram be not acceptable. But I will retain in my hands thy garment. O my Lord, I will be daring, and by audacity will win the ocean of happiness, because I wish it. Thus I said, create, understand, and clear the way to the doors. Others may crowd you, but you can pass through, and enter smilingly. You who know, go and attain. They boast that they receive messages from us, yet have not renounced a single habit. Their steps are slowed by doubt, and their words are bitter and treasonous. They bathe in a puddle and mistake it for an ocean. Beware especially of treason. New ones will manifest themselves in action. They will reveal the shield of beauty, and, full of love, will open the doors to those who knock. The earth will sink beneath the feet of the blind, and the deaf will be destroyed. I am sending a living spring to bathe your eyes and ears, and the miracle will be manifested, and a bridge of beauty will lead you on your new path. I said it. Lord, how poor is my present garment. See where my fear has led me. But in these stormy times, with the sun obscured, when people shutter their homes, I will venture out alone and, gathering courage, will reach the gates of your dwelling. I will knock at your gates until the luminous guardian approaches. And I shall say to him, Here I am. I will not depart, for I have nowhere to go. And if the guardian, with his radiance, will bar your gates, I will not leave, O Lord, but will await the just one, and, following him, will pass through the gates, for the just ones are given entrance. Thus, following behind the one chosen by you, I will reach the light of your dwelling. Let us, O Lord, together sound the call to battle. My trumpet sound is weak, but together with all others, our battle call will thunder. In ancient cults there always remained vestiges of ageless spiritual teachings. Even the old choral ring dance retained fundamental spirituality. In the center of the ring was placed the chosen one, most often a woman. Around her, in the ritual, circled the figures of the chorus. The chosen one in the center remained as if inert, and all the movements and invocations were directed toward her. And she took unto herself the true meaning of the circle's striving. Just so is it in the teaching of the Spirit. The disciple acquires the illumination of joy. He takes on the endless spiritual quests. He resigns himself to the ice of solitude. And then he must undergo the burden of being the center of the circle. As if alone, as if mute, as if without any help, he bears upon himself the burden of all. And thus in quietude, in the icy solitude, he awaits and readily accepts the onslaught of all appeals. Like the foundation of a building, he silently submits to being burdened. He multiplies his hands by 10. He magnifies his heart. His spiritual growth must be such that he can respond to all those turning to him. Yet he is not afraid. He knows that his time draws near. The knocking ones, the menacing and the oppressive ones. They must come, and he must meet them. And for a time he is surrounded by them, his exit barred. But the ordeal is not without end. For nearby is the possibility of the closest path. Such is the burden of being at the center. And good it is if friendly hands stretch out to one. if the chorus is imbued with good will. 346. Search not for evening at noon. When behind the plow, husbandman, pray not for repose. About love I can say that in pure souls it rushes ever upward. But compassion flows downward. One may love God. One may picture him as a wondrous martyr for creative thoughts for the good of the world. One may trustingly and even daringly knock at the door of his temple. And if the knock is consciously delivered, then in response one receives new strength, though it may not at once be recognized. There is little understanding in the ocean of humanity. The spirit knows, but it is necessary to manifest these signs above the fire. The fire of life action causes the wings of the spirit to grow. Throughout the sea is salt, but only the work of the currents makes it known. The egg of the nightingale bears the embryo of the singer. But the song begins to ring out only after the fulfillment of the life-giving process. Singers of happiness, sing out for the glory of the Creator's smile. There are neither small ones nor great ones. A feeling cast into space returns like a boomerang to its starting point. Have faith in the new ones. The teacher has the strength to hold the shield until the point of happiness is reached. The teacher understands when a helping hand is needed. The teacher is ready to assist. The teacher can send new ones. The teacher can send forth the teaching. The teacher considers an act of courage an achievement. The teacher gives strength to the faithful. 350. People have been taught about the heroes of antiquity. At this change of races, should not achievement shine forth anew? The shield of our brotherhood is ready to protect the search for light. Your best endeavors are nurtured by us like seeds. Blessed are the paths of beauty. The thirst of the world must be quenched. The miracle of new life is obscured by tatters, yet it lives. Fear not the scum of life. When the pot is boiling, the scum swirls to the top. On the path of Podvig there can be no fear. Yet the fire of the heart illumines the way of truth. The truth of eternity is in beauty of the Spirit. The Spirit knows where beauty is. Sorrow will not afflict the new round of humanity. With a smile the child will unsheath the sword of battle. The people will uplift the icon. I go forward through the desert. I carry the chalice covered with a shield. Why is there dust in the place of sacrifice? Neither sport nor play can there be where the temple is being built. No commitment, no seeking one is there where the power of beauty is betrayed. Remove the dirt. I ask that nothing harmful be left concealed in the crevices. Cover the chalice. You can remove the dust easily, if you hasten. Nothing must be left neglected. Book of Sacrifice. By what power wilt thou gain strength? How wilt thou attain the fulfillment of our work? By the power given to us. Can I speak of power when all folly, all ignorance, all vanity, strive for power? But I say, and affirm, our power is different. Our power is sacrifice. I will explain briefly. When Kurnevo, the ruler, erected the golden gates, he was striving to enter the temple. Nevertheless he bore to the end his sacrifice. When Solomon sought the power of beauty, when, through Sulamith was revealed to him the symbol of superhuman truth, yet he remained king and carried to the end his sacrifice. When Tibet's spiritual teacher, Alal Ming, was striving towards the mountains where first the Lord appeared to him, he still remained in the valley and accepted the chalice of sacrifice. When Sheikh Rasul ibn Rahim was striving to hand his power unto his son, he nevertheless heard the voice and sacrificed all to serve to the end. When the teacher, Origen, committed body and spirit, gave all to spread the last teachings of Christ. He still bore the burden of teaching. When Sergius of Rhadanez declined the throne of the Metropolitan and strove to commune with animals, he stayed to build monasteries and kept around him his pupils. When Akbar, called the Great, laid the foundation stones of a unified religion, his soul longed to be under the tree of wisdom, where he received enlightenment. Nevertheless, he remained upon the steps of his throne, knowing wherein is Podvig, knowing that power is sacrifice. Whilst affirming the victory, you will say, Lord, let this triumphal cup pass from me. Then will you attain the right to create, and your spirit will be unassailable. Remember this book of sacrifice, for it reveals the gates of fulfillment and readiness. And, being prepared, you will know all, because all will be opened and given and told unto you. But only listen and remember, and chiefly read, and read again, because oft the physical form obscures the knowledge of the spirit. And when you behold the prophesied conflagration, you will say, This is why yesterday I removed my possessions. And, beholding the lightning, you will bow your head in reverence to the will of the Lord. I said it, I instructed you, cherish it. Kindle with love the light of beauty, and with action manifest to the world the salvation of the Spirit. Thus it is, when the Spirit comes to realize service. New wings grow, and the surrounding air sings at night. The pathway of light is revealed to the amazed sight, and the mind's resolution builds the steps of the temple of the one truth. Improve the brain, cleanse the ears, bathe the lips. Else you will be the witnesses of your own madness. Teach my path. Help people to develop an understanding of man's nature. They will understand the nature of service. They will understand the joy of the beautiful. They will understand the simple truths that transform life into a miracle. Our shield is invisible, yet by night you can perceive affirmation of the day's hints and whispers. For us there has not been a more complex time than this, at the changing of races. It is necessary to thriftily use your forces. He is a poor chemist who instead of using a drop empties the bucket. Yes, the invisible battle was never before so great. Now the whole earthly orbit has become involved in it. Regard not lightly the disturbance of the world. Forces are so tense that a torrent of omens is pouring onto the planet. When tomorrow I shall narrate the book about joy, do not forget about the battle cries. Book of Joy. Can the tree stand firm? Yes, yes, yes. If the roots are deeply buried and unseen beneath the ground. I told you of beauty, I told you of love, I told you of action. I told you of devotion, I told you of readiness and compassion. I have opened the window for you, and shown you the battle. I explained the meaning of courage. And finally I summoned you to the great service. And where is the garment in which to ascend the steps of the temple? Where is the worthy vestment to cover the nakedness and impurity of our bodies? Throughout the universe pulsates the fabric of life's beginning. Throughout the universe is found the worthy garment. Joy quivers, and vibrates, and resounds. In this garment of joy you will ascend the steps. This garment will enfold your body. They are rending the raiment of the Lord. They scoff at its tatters. But the daughter of the world and the mother of the universe will mend the pieces of this raiment. And you will come ready to receive your vestment. For, wherefore the power and wherefore the sacrifice, if there be no joy? And where is compassion? And where is devotion? And where is the love of creation? if your shoulders are not bedecked with the raiment of the Mother of the world, and when you erect the temple of beauty, and on its approaches you lay out my garden of joy, then name this garden in my name. For I told you, children, rejoice. And while crossing the border between power and sacrifice, attired in the radiance of joy, we shall tell you tomorrow about the prayer. The Book of Prayer and Podvig will conclude the first trilogy. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And you will say to them, we know the battle, and therefore joy is within us. And we know the service. Therefore, radiant with joy are our faces. I am sending joy and benevolence and truth. For in this is everything. It is necessary to oppose the destroyers with the power of creation. Learn how to summon new ones to the building. Perform thus your labor for unification. The days of darkness have approached. I charge you, guard the shield and display trust. For I have already shown to you my sign. Happiness has come to you, do not deal with it roughly. And wings are bearing across the world the happiness of the unfolding of our plan. Discern the manifestations, my shield is strong. We carry affirmation of the teachings of the prophets. With pure steps do we lead, and no one feels regret at drawing near to the new race. The first requirement of the race is to carry the spirit into life. And the fragments, accumulated through the ages, will fall into place. The ray of understanding of the wondrous life will flash out in its simplicity. In new flight will the spirit encircle the world. The time, though difficult, is unprecedented. Dark clouds surround you, but my ray is with you. Book of Prayer. Warrior, is it possible to enter the Holy of Holies of the temple with spear and sword? Friend, I am on the way to achievement, how can I leave my armor? Warrior, I shall keep for you your armor upon the steps of the portal. Friend, I have come to consecrate all my possessions, how can I leave them here? Father, wither my hand if it be raised for an unjust deed. Father, turn my brain to ashes if it recoil in treacherous thought. Father, demolish my being if it be turned to evil. My child, I shall not strike thy hand. My child, I shall not harm thy brain if thou art on the way to Podvig. But amidst attainment devote time to silence of the spirit. Then shall I approach thy inner being. The seed of the great silence leads to knowledge of the great service. Father, henceforth I will shorten my psalms. And I will limit the length of my hymns. And Podvig will be my prayer. And I will start it with silence. Brothers, in all thy beginnings, remember the time of silence. It is then that you are approached by the messenger of the teaching. And thus, understanding prayer and Podvig, glorified by beauty, strongly embracing power as sacrifice, you will reach the temple. End of the trilogy. I will teach you to apply your sensitivity to life. Therefore, observe all happenings around you. One must know how to distinguish between accidental signs and our indications. New possibilities will increase the understanding of what has been sent to you. Thus is the building erected, without losing the given stones. Not hope but work directs the builders. The purity of the tuning fork will overcome the disharmonious coarseness produced by human weakness. At dawn we shall unfurl our banners. The shields of the east we illumine with the light of the sacred union. We shall display the banners protected by our shield. And the voice will speak louder than the clamor of the everyday. We wish to speak of matters of great import. Do not lose yourselves in clouds of everyday dust. Your pure spirit begins its hour of worship and brings together its scattered spiritual particles. The eye senses our help, the ear hears it, and the mind comprehends it. Not quickly does the fallen spirit raise itself from the dust. Extend your hand to all who are sinking. The flame of the smile cannot be extinguished, because it is fed by the divine flame. Yes, yes, yes. I summon you. I proclaim you my own. And on your girdle rattle the keys to the doors of trust. How many have approached these doors, and even tried to turn the key, but did not know how to unlock the door? And an opportunity lost will not return. When you approach the lock, do not invite the old passers-by. Do not invite those who have repeatedly shown their ignorance. At every crossroad new ones await you. And every stone for the building carries my sign. And when you enter and start to build the tower, measure for the foundation by encircling the rock on which it will rest. For from the tower shall you, builders, behold the distances. I address you briefly, for you must learn and remember. Remember, remember, remember what I tell you. I said it. The secret must be revealed in safety. Do not destroy people by entrusting them with too much. Often a burdensome load allows thought of only one's back. Approaching the mountain, one beholds a chaos of stones and jagged peaks. Beyond are the rocky chasms. Then begin the mountain meadows, watered by snow. But behind the snowy summits you will see into the great, glimmering distances. You are passing through a corridor of life, and are raising dust with your every step. How great is the burden, how many the renunciations, how vast the fear! Where was left the treasure of the world? But if you carry with you a precious stone or rarest pearl, would you forget it? No, you would guard it carefully. You would search your pockets and fasten the clasps, because you carry a true treasure of earth. What care? You will ask, how amidst the stress of life can one remember the treasure of the world? I shall smile and say that it is simple. Select at the seashore a pebble smoothed by the waves and carry it with you, remembering the treasure of the world. And when they press around you and cover your garments with dust, then take in your hand the chosen stone, and remind yourself of the treasure of the world which I commanded you to take to its destination. Remember, remember, remember. I said it. Shepherds have received the revelations, while emperors have searched for them. Dogmatic scholars have resisted them. Leaders have been fearful of them. The voice of God overshadows all when there is spiritual readiness. The pulse reveals the synthesis of vibrations. Each organism, up to and including the universe, has its own pulse. The human pulse is strong enough to bring a sensitive apparatus into action. The pulse of atoms creates an energy whose formula can easily be told. But it is still forbidden to state it because it will lead only to destruction. I speak about dust because it penetrates deeply and serves as a glove for the hand of the enemy. Thus do people leave behind their gray gloves, still warm, for use by the dark visitor. The clamor of earthly life is harmful for the growth of the spirit. But you must proceed through the gates of patience, and you will enter through the gates of service. And chiefly, remember the lotus of trust both day and night. Read, and consider how many times even Christ withdrew into solitude. Even his spirit had need of prana. Observe, the manifestations of each day are full of deep meaning. Hearken. For I wish you to approach me joyous and radiant in the time of the great darkness. It is true. I have confided much to you. I have given you dates and warnings. I have granted you the possibility of victory. And I have revealed to you the secrets of our decisions. You can conquer and attain enlightenment. but give to me your offering. If you are afraid, give me your fear. If you are in doubt, give me your doubt. If you are angry, give me your anger. And if you give me a handful of trivial objects, I will also accept these dusty playthings and recast them in my tower. True, if you wish again to make use of your gift in your life, do not forget how unworthy is he who takes back what he has once given. Thus, I have accepted your fear and your doubt and your anger. This is for me. And for you I give the path to the light. For I wish you to approach me joyous and radiant in the time of the great darkness, before the new dawn. I know you who scratch at the door. You hope upon the shoulders of a guest to enter my house. I know you. You have become subtle and resourceful. Even more resourceful than many of mine. You have fastened your clasps and prepared your garments. You have even studied all my expressions. I hear you pronounce even joy. But here I will stop you. You do not dare pronounce the joy of love. Your joy is the joy of hatred. But behind hatred hovers the loathsome shadow of doubt. And doubt is not fit as a shield. I will receive your arrows in my shield. And if you persist, I will, with a smile, send you one, but one, in return. The sufferings of the body reveal truths to you. The horseman may spur his steed, but wings would carry him more speedily. Why has the earth been laid waste? Why has the temple been overthrown? The Father's wrath will pass. The morning bird is ready to sing out the dates. The prophecy of days is being fulfilled. And filled to the brim are the chalices of the archangels. Hallowed be the name of the Lord. People will rise up by the Spirit. The essence of the miracle is simple. Love is the miracle, beauty is the miracle. When clouds dim the sky and lightning flashes, is it not better to remain within the walls of the house? Though rain penetrate the shutter, still there will be no danger. If you would know, you will learn it from the experience of action and the experience of silence. When I say act, exhaust all the resources of action. When I say silence, seek all the means of silence. But if the experience of action is lengthy, the experience of silence is brief. Therefore act through silence. But if you desire to display the force of action, gather the children, those of the future. And in action with children you will not be ensnared in the prepared traps. Short is the time and you know the dates. I said it. The best remedy, the best weapon, is your understanding of our care. Affirmed in union with us, you will proceed invincibly. Displaying the example of achievement, you will grow to the stature of giants. Some are terrified by destruction, some rejoice in it. But for you each fallen wall provides a new pathway to light. I will show my shield to those who are on the way. I will show it to those who strike down each manifestation of selfishness. I will show it to those who keep appointed dates. I will show it to those who sense the path of service. I will show it to those who cover their tents with my name. I will show it to those who bear high their shields. I have revealed to you my will, do not transgress it. I lead you, turn not away nor rend the web of Podvig. You should gaze only into the future. And so it is necessary to turn to the children. Only in them is the lawful beginning of the work. Revealing the new path, only in children will you find the power of trust. 379. The heart of the dawn proceeds, amid stings. Reflect, reason, and spread the web of thought. Hearken to the unceasing command. No miracle can be undone. Nor can the summoned ones be expelled from their new home. And thou who knowest the course of the luminaries, give way. For I know thee, sower of confusion of thought. I say to thee, away with thy arrogance. It is often better to defer a decision until morning. The morning is permeated with prana. After sundown it is harmful to remain tense. Evening is the time to give. Morning is the time to receive knowledge. Who has said that one must give away foolishly? Foolishness remains foolishness. One thinks, already have I given. Another thinks, I gave, and thus have come nearer. A third thinks, I gave, and thus merit much. But all their gifts are in the stormy depths. We cannot offer the possessions of another. We cannot give away what we have been given for safekeeping. If one entrust unto a friend to safeguard one's property, and returning, one ask for it again, what will the friend feel? Only joy that he could return what he has guarded. Therefore, rejoice and pray. O Lord, thou gavest me thy bliss to safeguard. Thou hast taught me how to guard it. And now teach me how to return that which I have guarded at thy call, O Lord. Rejoice, I am guarding. Like elephants crossing the forest, crushing the bushes and sweeping aside the trees. So walk in the great service. Therefore, know how to battle. Many are called to the knowledge, but to few are opened the secrets of our decisions. Therefore, know how to battle. You will see how my shield is defamed. You will know how my treasures are counterfeited. Then shall you raise your sword. Therefore, know how to battle. Chiefly, beware of treason and light-mindedness. Out of light-mindedness is treason born. Therefore, know how to battle. Doubt destroys one's armament. Each loose stone weakens the tower. My hand is above only the steadfast ones. Weakness and light-mindedness foster treachery. Treason is judged not by its causes but by its effects. Each one is free, but is judged by his deeds. Initiation is not found through heartless action. Happiness is gained through labor. The time draws near when the teaching is to be fulfilled. The hour is decided, and it will be manifested to the world the shield of the law. The night of confirmation and the day of reasoning will bring joy. Sent is the hour of understanding of the scroll. Sent is the hour of testimony. Manifested is the wing of the archangel. On it is the inscription of peace. The heavenly forces bear witness with us. It has been decreed to acquaint the nations with the new word of love. It is time to ponder about the new world. My teaching opens the doorway to action. Madly do people rush about, not knowing the future. Doomed crowds are hastening to destruction. Their course is bearing them to the abyss. Observe where the madmen are headed. Revealed is an abyss of new transgressions. Obvious manifestations fail to alarm the brains of the half-witted. To the fool the time is an empty one. But grave it is for those who discern the light. I urge you to sharpen your will, it aids the flight of arrows. The will is the bowstring of the consciousness. I see dark clouds over Europe. The abyss has revealed its depths. One must needs understand the time. One cannot live as always when the very mountains are a-tremble. Examine even the stones resounding under your feet. For on them may be found traces of my coming. Waiting ones, waiting ones. Even you may not recognize the hour of my coming. As the waiting is not easy. I will give signs and help. I shall not come in the night. And in those hours when the rays of the sun do not reach earth, let your spirit calmly rise to the abode of the Creator. I shall tell you how to wait in the hours of day. Not with hymns nor with exaltation await me, but by strengthening your labor in my name. Not in sleep nor during the repast, but during labor shall I fulfill your hopes, my beloved ones. In the morning, repeating the 7 words, say, "Help us lest we neglect your labor." And repeating my name, and asserting yourself in my labor, you will attain my day. Cherish and read my words. In these days of hardship you will be vindicated by labor. And through action will you be exalted. And by my name will you attain. I said it. Not the factory, but the workshop of the Spirit will renovate the world. Like wallpaper pasted on by people, that which has closed up the pores of life will be washed away by a torrent of stern benevolence. And so in labor will you meet me. But what are the signs of labor? Speed, decisiveness, and self-sacrifice. But with speed and decisiveness one may also rush toward the abyss. But your path is to the summits. Therefore, add also wisdom. Ask yourselves in the morning, beginning your day, what you can add to the entrusted work, that my name should permeate all your deeds, and should enter not as obstacle but as affirmation, not averting, nor complicating, but as a part of your decisive thoughts. So labor wisely and, accepting the shield of my name, you will conquer all that obstructs the ascent. This is the advice for immediate application to the work. And so, precisely and simply I say, read and understand simply my teaching, without losing the given dates. My hand be with you. Remember how necessary it is to follow the teaching, especially at this time of worldwide commotion. Count the days until you will pass safely through the conflagration. I offer you my hand, and I will conduct you unscathed. But be sensible and reject not the hand. After my indications you yourselves will apprehend the vastness of the fire. It is shameful not to perceive the boundary of the new world. It is shameful to proceed, still tied with a gallows rope. Let the new sun shine through your window. The tail of disobedience drags a long way behind, manifesting neither love of country nor deeds of valor. They march, driven by malice. Good ethics are swept away by gunfire. The hand can hold only a gun. But what of the divine image? Befitting to it is the new beauty. He who is safe and sound remembers with gratitude what has happened. The strong one looks into the future with sword upraised. The wise one perceives the coming task. The beautiful in spirit thrill at the harmony of the world. Seek the explanation of the rises and plunges of the spirit in the shuddering of the planets. The world is one in the consonance of spirit. The wondrous gift of receptivity is natural to all rational beings. But knowing these currents we do not call them oppressive. We seek new work beyond their range. The moon by night, the sun by day. Even the stupid organize their life according to these luminaries. Boundless is the world, countless the colorous of the light. Immersed in its harmony, the Spirit sings the song of all hearts. Therefore, rejoice if you can sense it. Devoid of effectiveness is the slumbering spirit. Respect the principle of hierarchy. In brotherhoods great and small, all actions are given through the elders. There may be teachings and inspirations, but actions originate from one source. Await not gifts but gather treasures. I can give you all the pearls of the world. But what will you do with this treasure? You will find the most iron-bound, the most musty, the most tomb-like vault, and the gift will die. But it will be different if under my hand you will, by yourself, string from human souls a necklace of pearls, and will judge their size and value. Look for the new ones, they are appointed and directed. Do not reject their knocks. One should treasure every hour devoted to my work. One must grope and find the doorway to light. By your actions should you show reverence for the guiding hand. You can increase your strength by embracing our shield. Arriving at the crossroads, take only the new path. My judgment is ready, but muster all resourcefulness and avoid wasting energy. The river must be nurtured by streams, not littered with trash. Clouds have become thickened. One must not condense them further. You should understand that truth is simple. Learn to hearken to the teacher. Chiefly, act not through anger but through indignation of the spirit. The fire of anger leaves only holes in the web of the universe. But if you act in indignation of spirit, defending the name of the Lord and the power of your teacher, then even blows will be justified. Therefore, choose in all things between the fire of anger and the purifying flame of the Spirit's indignation. Wisdom grows not by centuries but by hours. When countries merge in an instant, when prison walls crumble, remain steadfast. If you could remember the ecstasy of the Spirit freed from evil, you would rejoice, not mourn. The spirit burdened with malice cannot rise. But kindness set free soars into the radiance of the light. Only those of stony heart will violate the joy of the Spirit. The wings of happiness are granted only to those uplifted in thought. Unneeded are masses or armies. One can attain by one single flight of the Spirit. The manifestation of unity vanquishes even armies. But you proceed along the path because you are aflame with service. I send you a manifestation of strength because your path is long, and will be strewn with stones as you approach new gates. Yet you have already seen the color of my ray. And, going with me, you have already mastered the luminaries. Unity is a great power. When a great path lies ahead, one must carefully avoid deviations. Each one by himself, each in his own way. Yet all of one spirit in the endeavor not to spill the chalice. Remember, friends, that everyone may alter place and time in life. If one would labor for humanity, one must change one's location. Because oppressive is the breathing of the old places. Your books will give joy to many. Yet even the printer will bring some pain. For annoyances are countless. Visions are only a detail. The world is not built by telephone. To see the fire of harmonious hearts, carrying out the task of the Creator, is a wonderful realization. Precious is the flame of the heart. Ebb and flow guide the orbit of Earth. The same drop functions in both phenomena. Worst of all is stagnant water, because it fosters decomposition and hinders the manifestation of energy. One need not expend energy twice if the blow has been properly prepared. It is not possible to describe the brotherhood. How can the blind describe an apple blossom or the height of a tower? Where the heart has been reduced to ashes, there the harp strings are broken. How to affirm the measure of your deeds? If your deeds are useful to the world, then is their measure great. How to affirm the quality of your deeds? If your deeds benefit humanity, then is their essence good. Know how to understand repose between actions. In this respite lies the accumulation of strength. Fear not, for what has been well planned will endure. Speak not evil and do not curse. For the hail of curses falls painfully upon the head of the one who spouts it. Learn to defend my name and my works against traitors. For you will meet with many opportunities to put an end to slander. This is a time for action, and our trust is with you. One must forgive people their failure to understand. Good people are often guilty of faulty judgment. It is essential to be lenient with beginners' mistakes. Avoid places where anger and disunity are displayed. Beclouded is the people's imagination. Learn to rise above the hands that drag one downward. Seated in the boat, one thinks not about one's house key. What is let slip will not return. The night thinks in the night's own way. I give to you the teaching, karmic messages, instructions. The teaching is intended for the whole world, for all beings. The more broadly you comprehend, the more truly it is yours. Karmic communications are sent because of care and love for you. We issue warnings, and we enable you to meet the wave of karma with knowledge. Be not surprised if signs about karma are not always clear to you. The indications are always understandable, and they must be carried out without delay. I wish to name your sickness. It is called occult fever, a manifestation with which we are well acquainted. It is increased by fatigue and by changes in the organism. One must carefully go through this period. During the battle I surrounded you with a dense aura. This is similar to chloroform, afterwards you must rest. Now proceed like elephants, knowing that rays of care and love are over you. Remember all that is good, and scorn obstacles. Indeed, you are right in cognizing the avalanche of signs that I am sending for the first time and in haste. And if in the battle you receive wounds, heal them carefully and be not disheartened, you warriors of light. Already you begin to fly about the world in thought. Already you begin to vanquish the ocean's span. Already you know the joy of creating. Already you sing the ecstasy of making life beautiful. Already much has been accomplished. My friends, why not resolve to pass your entire lives as heroes? And if I say, you may rest a while, this means that I know, for I guard you. I said it. Do we trouble a long-awaited visitor with personal wishes? No, we hasten to open the gates so that the awaited one may come in. Let those who do not know fill space with cries and supplications for help. Those who have reached understanding will assist events. Often the hand is outstretched, but the blind try to reject it. Therefore, to suppress the conception of children is worse than murder. Also, it is not right to pile up an accumulation of personal desires. Before the coming of the guest it is better to ventilate the house, and in quiet, repeating a prayer, to direct one's eyes to beauty. Not necessary are countless fantasies and plans. The spirit proceeds freely. Earth's burden must be lifted. Layers of effluvia enwrap every cradle. Blessed is the mother who draws open the curtain to let in the light, and who offers the first blossom. In quiet, in beauty, and with a smile. Await those new ones seeking entry into the world. Help in spirit is the most powerful. Cognitions, and solutions to questions of being, grow, like blossoming plants. Before each new understanding, the heart especially aches. When the heart is pure, such pain signals the coming of new knowledge. Fatigue flies away, and the spirit's findings rise from the seed-like ears of grain. Beyond the astral there are worlds in which communication with the many levels of evolution is easier. The legend about ascension into heaven has a scientific basis. At present you encounter 4 types of people. The first is fighting under our shield. The second fights without our protection, but already is completing the payment of its karmic debts. The third wanders and gropes, blinded by the dark veil of its fate. The fourth comprises the enemies of light. The first ones will understand your call. The second will quiver with expectancy. The third will indifferently turn their heads away. And the fourth will answer you, arrow for arrow. Thus, do not impose the teaching. Each word falls on appropriate ground. The destined word will be received. Likewise, do not reject nor deny. Each opinion is already a manifest action. What is the sense of denying a fire that is already ablaze? Yet cover the fire and its force will disappear. Likewise, nothing is gained by contradicting others' opinions. But cover the negative judgment with our teaching. And the entire city of the enemy will be covered by the vault of our brotherhood, for this dome accommodates all. I give you shelter, I give you strength. I give you a path of beauty. I have spoken. The testing of people is unending. Tests must be repeated until a design is fixed in the brain. It is easier but futile to write on the forehead with the hand. Truth is better than illusion. Lofty is the truth of the coming world. In order that my new disciples be able to assimilate my teaching, what has been given before must be sternly repeated. Each stone cast at you raises your tower. Only time strengthens knowledge. In the sacred evening of the greatest holy day, in the name of the universal symbol, I say to you, you have been admitted to the task of building the new world. I say to you, strengthen your eyes, that you be not blinded when I raise the hem of the veil of the future. Should confusion arise in you, raise the shield of devotion. For by it you will be saved. And repeat my instructions, I say to you, repeat. I have said it. I feel that you can understand. I am speaking about serious matters. I can raise my hand for the chosen ones. I will hold high a shield. Denarius, accursed offspring, obstruct not the path of light. Denarius, belittle not a pure manifestation. Do not fail to see the clouds. Life is joyful for him who has wings. My smile shields you. The victory of loyalty is assured. Looking afar, you will see the near at hand. I teach you to display our triumph to strangers and to petty hearts. I hold above you, in purity, a wondrous cross. For 31, the teacher sees in a mirror a picture of all your movements. The signs of your fatigue surround you, like smoke. Yet above your shoulders rays of decisiveness pierce the cloud of weariness. Your heads are adorned with rays of silver. Auras of strangers crowd at your feet like abutments of a bridge. The power of courage forces these auras downward with purple arrows. The blue flame of the heart pierces the smoke of weariness. Labor continues, and the rays reach ever higher. I read your thoughts each day. The teacher examines the creativeness of beloved disciples. And if fatigue closes not their lips, discourse flows like a Himalayan stream. The whirlpool does not engulf pure thoughts. Far-reaching compassion stands guard. But love must be sent. Fortitude will carry you through. And the self-sacrificing achievements of the Spirit will be transformed into the fragrance of freesias. The wonders of the teacher will grow. Within the garden of love grow illuminations of the Spirit. Tire me today, burden me more, laying on the weight of the world. Yet will I increase my strength. Yet will I increase the strength of my daughter, for she goes into my garden. Urasvati, dost thou hear? The burden will blossom with roses. And the dewy grass will be arrayed with the morning rainbow. Therefore, tire me. When I go into the garden of beauty, I fear no burden. I ponder, I ponder, I ponder. From the fir tree you can learn. It is the same both in winter and summer. Some will come and say, we know. You should reply, good. Since you know, you can go back home. Some will come more aggressively and say, We know who stands behind you. Say to them, good. If you know, you will not speak thus. Some will come to play dice on the steps of the temple, and will cast lots about you. Say to them, pass on, people, lest lightning strike you here. But here comes one who says to you, I do not know. And here I have brought all my possessions with me. What shall I do with them? Say to him, come, cross the threshold. We will find a place for you at our long table. If you do not now know, then you will know. Therefore, again I say, weary me, lade me with all the burdens of the world. I will not tire. I will not succumb to fatigue. For I do not know what fatigue is, I scorn it. And I ask you to burden me, for in no other way is the garden of beauty reached. I have spoken. Smile at each belittlement, it is the true sign of a miracle. Seek light for a manifestation of darkness. The pure will display understanding of the shield, for God is with us. Through his eternal manifestations drops of the sacred world penetrate. Consider that the treasure of the drops and the sparks of consciousness will connect heaven and earth as a new bridge. Being affirmed by the light of the sparks. Let us find a smile. But mastery is confirmed by realization of victory over self. Conquering self, the victor will rise. Therefore, sound the trumpet of victory far and wide. For God is with us. For 38, a miracle rests better on an empty stomach. Love of the world fits better in a clear brain. Disdain food, just as you do quarrels. For 39, by a single word have evil empires been created. Will the Lord's creation delay? When all the heavenly forces have risen. By decree of the highest, rays penetrate the sphere of the sun. Waves of the ocean of planets obscure the currents of the luminaries. Ominous and beautiful is the time. For 40, a new banner requires new people. He who arrives ignorant will be seated at the table and will be filled with knowledge. All is saturated with signs and approaches. If you wish to commission a passerby to carry a message to a neighbor's house, you say to him, friend, give our friends this message. And often afterward you do not even recognize this messenger. So, in life too, look at what has been brought to you without being troubled by the appearance of the bearer. Especially when everything around is filled with signs. Truly fortunate are you who know the indications about what is coming, and the ordained dates. Therefore, wait and rejoice. To be a fugitive for a long time is not pleasant. Dearly do we pay for our self-love. Why consider us as a volcano of passions? When the freesia is our favorite flower. Leave to the enemy the crimson ardor. More close to us are the diamonds of the peaks. Already you see his stratagems. Ah, how he toils! How can he be convinced that his building is no more than a prison? And prisoners are constantly dreaming of escape. What joy is there in dragging prisoners after oneself? However, in this argument he is of a different opinion. The obvious Alberiches have accepted his teaching. Sacrifice is necessary, and the flame of the offering purifies, like ozone. Even savages burn their sacrifice, as a crude symbol of the act of offering. In the name of eternal motion. In the name of the one force. I repeat. Just as the roots of the trees gain strength in the earth, so does your knowledge gain strength in time. Therefore, know the dates, so as not to seize before the appointed time. That which is seized prematurely and that which is grasped belatedly are alike in their results and meaning. Verily, I say, even crumbs are useful in the great service. One can collect a bowlful of the common work from yesterday's loaves. The gift of my spiritual instruction. Your sole defense is in my name. Other defenses are of no avail. It is better to understand this in time. I have summoned you to the construction, and I stretch out my hand to you, beloved shield-bearers. I have revealed the pathway. Let the guiding and safeguarding hand be always remembered. Go forward courageously. Wisely we will turn everything for the good. I will gather the daughters. Let them help lay out the garden of beauty. Let them fill the garden to overflowing with new blossoms. I perceive that one can expect a rapid sprouting of life in the new world. The new world is manifested in the miracle of a renewal of life. My hand is amidst each day's events. Happiness it is to view the miracles standing guard like shields. Sternly do I confirm my words. He finds the sooner who knows how to conceal. One can quiet a wave only by a timely pouring out of oil. When a maiden strives evenings and nights to bring good to the world, when she dreams about the ineffably beautiful and lofty, is this remote from life? If these dreams are beautiful, will not the response to them also be beautiful? Why seek changes in life? Why break up the old if a single breath reveals to us a new wondrous land? My daughter, thou hast been terrified, as if behind a prison door. It seemed to thee impossible that the iron door would ever be opened. Yet here I give thee the key. Learn to turn it just as many times as indicated. No more and no less than is necessary. Is the achievement in the distant future? Wild beasts are not necessary. Nor are tribunals or warriors. Podvig is close at hand. My son, thou hast brandished thy staff, calling the world to battle. Here comes the world to thee, sharpen thy weapon. Useless are false oaths and wrestlings of the spirit. Sacredly canst thou utter the vow of truth. My daughter, thou who canst see, to thee I give. Add a drop of my task in the draught, and dip into the wine of knowledge the bread of achievement, giving nourishment to those who approach. Joyously ascend the new step of time. Let us conclude the first book. New ones will manifest themselves in action. They will reveal the shield of beauty. And, full of love, will open the doors to those who knock. The earth will sink beneath the feet of the blind. And the deaf will be destroyed. I am sending a living spring to bathe thine eyes and ears. And the miracle will be manifested. And a bridge of beauty will lead on to a new way. I said it. They will ask you how to traverse life. Answer, like crossing an abyss upon a taut string. Beautifully, carefully, and fleetly.